Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. I'm your host Din. I am here with the lovely Ch and Reeve to do some commentary for us, and we have got the Ocarina of Time Weekly. Let's switch over. There's the right scene. There we go. So I got brand new settings today, or well, as of yesterday, I guess. That timer is completely wrong. What is going on there? Okay. Maybe I need to reset that. There we go. So that doesn't mess anything up too badly. Cool. Hey, yeah, so Season 4 settings. Chimp, you're the expert on this. Do you want to give us a little summary of what's going on?
Yeah, I can break that down. Also, first, hello everyone. First EU Weekly on S4 settings. Very excited. So the biggest changes we have are free Zelda's Lullaby. What that means is that you start the race with the song that you would get off Impa. So we've essentially tried to break the 3-song meta because the early game was a bit stale. So you get the song automatically. You start with Zelda's Letter. That means that Saria and Malon are available straight away. Also, we're starting with Open Gate. So the mask shop is a little better. You don't need to go and deliver the letter to the guard. Random spawns, you can spawn anywhere in the world, and random age, you can spawn either as adult or child. They are the big changes here. Obviously, the win condition is the same in terms of 6 medallions. However, the bridge, the Rainbow Bridge leading to Ganon's castle, is open after any 2 medallions. So we've brought Ganon's castle into the meta, making it more accessible, making routing a bit more exciting. So yeah, they are the largest changes.
Yeah, so starting on a random position on the overworld, Link's obviously just had a few too many long milks last night. He's just going to wake up in the middle of a field somewhere, or possibly someone's house. We're not entirely sure.
Back of a barn, next to a cow, you know, Link just gets up to whatever he wants to sometimes.
So. Hans has got his mic on. Hold on, let's switch over to Zeph's audio. That's a bit better. Ham did say he was going to not have his mic on. I'll have to berate him for that.
Of course, Child Link can still get up to some shenanigans. They could spawn next to the Zoras, next to the Gorons, next to the Kokiri, whoever they want to. So, next to Richard if they really want to.
Yeah, could just be sitting in the house where Richard lives. We won't be there, of course, because it'll be daytime, but...
But yeah, that's the most exciting stuff for me, especially, is the random spawn and age stuff. It just makes routing a lot more dynamic. Means you need to route on the fly. Of course, the free song can really help. The free song could be, you know, could be a warp song, could be something like Prelude or Serenade, really help you out. Could be something like Nocturne, Bolero, or you could just get a child song, which could, of course, be super useful if it's something like Storms early. You spawn next to the well, you could choose to go there straight away.
Yeah, I got the last one I played a couple of these S4 seasons now. The last one I got Sunsong as my freebie, and that is actually really quite nice.
Yeah,
for your little early game. Yeah, just it gives you a little bit extra room around stuff like cactus digging, all that sort of stuff.
Also, one of the other changes that we didn't quite touch upon is the hints. There are no barren/foolish hints in these sayings. There are 4 Way of the Heroes. Zelda's Lullaby cannot be hinted as Way of the Hero. We've removed that because essentially it doesn't really give any information to get Zelda's Lullaby Way of the Hero.
Yeah, since you already got the songs. Well, no, sorry, you mean the
specifically
the actual song.
Specifically Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah, the location is also ruled out. So if you get away the Hero Hyrule Castle, that refers to the Fairy Fountain. It can't refer to your freebie song. I think that's right.
Yeah. And of course, chat reminded me of one setting that I didn't mention, which is Closed Deku.
Ah, yes.
So you need the Kokiri sword for essentially Deku Tree now, and as we saw yesterday, without giving too much away, Go Mode Deku is definitely a thing that can happen.
Yeah, I've definitely had that happen a couple of times. Always fun. Yeah, so we don't have Kokiri Sword on the tracker because it's not being updated yet, unfortunately, so we'll just have to try and keep an eye out for it, but should be alright. It's only 1 item, I'm sure we can remember it.
Indeed. Free Forest Medallion today, which means we technically start with 2 free songs, which is, depending on how fast we can get to the Temple of Time, it could be really, really useful.
Yeah, you could potentially just spawn right on top of it, or in fact in it, and get the song straight away, or you might end up, dead in a ditch at the bottom of Lake Hylia or something like that, and have to try to waltz all the way up there, which takes forever.
Something like Adult Lab Dive is a horrible spawn. It's one of the worst spawns you can get.
Yeah, I think anything around Lake Hylia as adult is just terrible. As a child, obviously, it's not too bad because it's got the owl warp. But as an adult, you're just like right at the arse end of the world, and everything takes forever to get to. It's a real pain in the bum. We've got GSK showing off some menuing strats here on the naming. Very important thing to be able to do.
Yeah, whilst we're waiting for things to get started, let's thank today's trackers, B. Luigi, Prince Sidon, Purple, and Rogue Copter. Thank them all very much. We're going to have a great time. And of course,
we are indeed.
Wonderful fellow commentator, Din, and Restreamer today. What madness have you rolled for us today? Can it be any worse than yesterday? That is the question.
I've rolled some pretty big stinkers in my time, so...
yesterday was a phenomenal stinker. It was like prime stank.
Right, we have got 4 more people waiting to ready up, so nearly there.
Yeah, be mentioning a quirk. You can now actually get Zelda's Lullaby in Ice Cavern with the right scenario.
Yes.
You can get Zelda's Lullaby in Ice.
Yeah, because you could get an adult spawn that just leaves you up in the fountain, and then Ice Cavern at that point is more or less free once you find a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to be less a bottle.
Yeah, you can also, if you see the horrendous Nocturne of Shadow is on Ocarina of Time, that's not necessarily 100% required anymore, because if your spawn is on the Nocturne platform, you don't need it.
I can't imagine that's particularly common.
No, I mean, the chances of that are very slim. But if you do spawn there, and we have seen it in some practice seats, it completely eliminates the need for Nocturne. And I'm sure we will come across some lovely, some wonderful more quirks as we go on.
We shall. This is the start of something quite interesting, I think.
Yes.
Over the next few weeks, we're going to have some pretty damn good seeds, I hope. And of course, this is all building up to the S4 qualifiers, which haven't been put on the date yet, but I think probably roughly end of this month, start of the next month is what we're aiming for.
Mm-hmm.
So
should be in a few weeks' time, but it's just still nailing down some details. So more on that soon.
Sorry, I just got distracted by Zeph going weep there.
Is the timer going?
Not yet.
No, that's fine.
One more person to ready up.
Ah, cool.
We don't have to stop the count yet.
Political memes, love it. Haven't had enough of that the past week.
The past month, the past year. Alright, counting down, here we go.
Alright, where are these spawns going to be? Quickly get your spawn bets in chat. Adult, child?
I'm going to guess it's going to be adults, and it's going to be Gerudo Valley.
I'm going child next to Darunia.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. Next to Daddy Dumpe.
Papa D for my first S4 comms. Let's go. Let's go.
Spawn at Mido's house? It could happen. Could happen.
That would be the most anticlimactic things ever.
Could spawn in one of the lesser known houses.
Oh, alright. It's adult Goron City, just outside of the shop.
Well, we were both almost right there.
Interesting.
Put our answers together, you get the right thing.
Yeah,
and Minuet is our free song there, which Zeph is putting to use straight away.
Yeah, of course.
So is GSK.
And immediate Zelda's Lullaby. Okay.
Excellent. Really good starting.
Of course, you start with an ocarina due to not... Oh, hello! 40 gold skulls, hook shot, let's go!
Oh, dear.
Oh, let's hope that's the first one.
That's just straight off the bat there, isn't it?
Oh.
What can you do against that sort of thing?
Oh, let's hope that's the first hook shot. That'll make for an interesting seed.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Where the hell's the boomerang gonna be if that's if you need to get that as your first hook shot? Jesus.
Yeah. And as you can see, Ocarina of Time is Song of Storms. Oh goodness.
No.
We are starting off with a feast
God.
of hints here. Sacred Forest Meadow, Way the Hero. Now that cannot be Zelda's Lullaby, so something else needs to be in Sacred Forest Meadow. Possibly the Child's Song, possibly the Grotto. Now, the crazy thing with these settings is that we've now got 2 sets of runners in 2 entirely different locations, so there is a lot more dynamism to the opening routes.
There's a Cackway the Hero there as well. You get your ZSR gasps into chat for that one, or possibly your Axtown emotes.
Mido's house, $50. $5, 5 more bucks. And a piece of heart, so nothing in Mido's house. Man on roof, just a cheeky recovery heart. Casey Necro, horrified by the news they've just read. If you can see their face cam, not pleased. Okay, yeah. So now that initial explosion of things has settled down. Yeah, just to repeat what I mentioned earlier. So Zelda's Lullaby, the song, specifically cannot be hinted as Way of the Hero. So we have Sacred Forest Meadow, Way of the Hero. That cannot mean it's for Zelda's Lullaby. We've removed that from the possible Way of the Hero hints. That is the only thing that's been removed.
Yeah, so either it's the other song, which is probably fairly likely, or it could be the item from the Wolfos Grotto, which is still a possibility. Seen that happen a few times. Song of Time on the Windmill. Not too bad of a find, I guess.
Yeah, we've got GSK and Zeph heading to Kakariko, so essentially following Hamster and Necro. Why was the L removed from Way the Hero? Because 99% of the time, if you got Zelda's Lullaby, Way of the Hero, it meant nothing. Like, you can't really use that as information. It's just a bit of a waste of a Way of the Hero. So essentially, it was removed. Every other song provides some form of valuable, logical information.
Yeah, the thing with ZL is that it's nearly always required in every single seed.
Yeah.
And there are a few other items where that is the case, but a lot of them are items that are progressive, like the hookshot's always required, but there's 2 of them, so that's not so bad. But ZL, of course, is only ever 1 of them, and it's a song as well, which means it's got limited places it can be.
Yeah.
So, it just makes hints slightly more balanced this way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing as well, nobody's checking any grotto hints. That's because they're all set to junk hints under these new settings.
Yeah, grotto hints turned off. Temple of Time will only have 1 hint repeated 4 times, as to not overpower that area of hints. And sort of to prevent people from rushing straight to market, really get those hints fast and then route past that, just to prevent stale early routing. We've got Necro on Zora River here, the classic French opener.
Yep. I would have been very surprised having, 2 free French runners on here if we didn't see an early river play.
Yeah, exactly. So not letting us down here. We'll see if it pays off. Chances are it will, because every time I watch Necro go river, it's normally stacked.
Yeah, bomb bag or something big like that. Could be maybe another hook shot.
Oh,
maybe the 40 skill one.
Nah, you've not rolled something that nice, surely. Of course, what we don't have is any idea of what dungeons we need. 50 skulls dead there. Heart container, nothing special. See what Uncle D gives us in the grave today.
Bloopy there.
Yeah,
there's our first grotto here. Blue strength.
There's our first item, strength off the Dampe race.
Strength always nice to have. Doesn't really open much in the very beginning, but you want to find it. It's another one that's nearly always required, so good to get out of the way. Looks like Zeph's going to go for the Composer Grave here, the Royal Tomb, to give it its proper name.
See if... Hamster has forgotten about the Composer Grave. Oh, wait, no, Hamster hasn't got ZL yet, so they're going to get that, come back, get ZL, be mad that they then can't do the Composer Grave.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate way to go around it, but never mind.
Oh well, Bigoron is bombs, so nothing on Bigoron today. Hamster getting the sad news that 40 skulls might be required. We don't know what the dungeon layout is right now, but we do have Song of Storms on Ocarina of Time, so even if it's not a medallion, we might still need to do the Water Temple.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a scary one for our runners. I'm not going to be able to confirm that for quite a while, I guess. Yeah. Although, if Water has a medallion in it, then it'll definitely be required 40 skulls, so they'll be able to confirm it then, but yeah.
Bolero in the Composer Grave, so we can go and chain another song, potentially. We'll see where that gets us. Zeph choosing to not do it just yet, though. Necro is not... didn't benefit from anything in the river so far. So, River Baron is the unfortunate scenario today. Nothing on the graveyard ledge there. Hamster's going to find out Mido is not paying out. And we have essentially all four of our runners, despite initial routing convergence, just sort of tidying up on each other now, getting over the same areas that they've all chose to do. We'll see when the first person returns to Child. It'll be interesting to see when that happens. We do have strength, so we can now dip Dodongo's Cavern, if they choose to.
Oh, that's not a very fun dip, has to be said, but yeah, it's something they could do.
But with the spawn at Goron City, it's not the worst. You know, you can't just leave, head up there and dip in.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I prefer it with a bow, personally. Something just to make it a bit faster.
Yeah, you're right.
Because, waiting for the bomb timers is a bit of a pain in the bum, really.
GSK finding Saria in the crater there. Not actually Saria, should be a bit burnt, but the song that she's bequeathed us. 7 seconds to go. There we go. No burning out for GSK. Now, where are they going to go from here? Oh, no, they've just died. There we go. First death. Nice. First death, everyone. 7 minutes in.
Oh, what was that Medigoron hint? Did you see that?
I did not see that.
Oh, rats. Chat, did you see it?
I'm sure VXR saw it, surely. Cackwalk, there we go. Thank you,
Okay.
What does Link the Goron have for us today? Of course, Hamza using strength there. Just $5.
Bleepy.
Not sure what's going on with GSK at the minute.
Yeah, I think it maybe hit the wrong button there on his Wii.
Possibly.
I'd guess.
Possibly a hard turn off there. Alright, Necro heading into the graveyard is going to pick up the strength soon. Zeph is heading up the Death Mountain Trail, so we could be seeing the first Dodongos dip here.
Could be.
Yeah. Hamster going into the crater without Bolero, of course, because they didn't go into the Composer Grave. Not going to find much here.
Just checking what the item is and then bailing. So.
Yeah.
He's not bailing, he's just watching out for his heat time here because he's only on 4 hearts.
Yeah, they want to just grab the extra heart from the pot, reset the timer, and head back through.
Yeah, it is a bit tight to get this done on 3 hearts. It is possible, but you don't have much time to hang about if you're doing that. And if you want to get out to where Bigoron is, as well as the Dudar item, it's better to have a little bit of extra time.
Yeah, especially without a hook shot to just get up that ladder a bit faster, it can get a bit tense. So, Zeph in Dodongo's Cavern here, first dip. Goron pot is just a recovery heart, no Trent's pot today. No sign of anyone going Child yet. GSK using the strength to get Link the Goron here. Gets a first try, very nice. Frogs 2 is just a piece of heart, so nothing there today. Slightly reduces the chance of all dungeons being required, but again, Song of Storms it unleashes a bountiful amount of checks, so...
It does, yeah.
Oh, Zora Scale in Dodongo's Cavern.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, so the scale with a good child spawn can be exceptionally useful, so we'll see if that does end up helping today. Zeph using an interesting strat to lower the columns there. Worked pretty well. Looked really simple. Not sure if that's a bit of a twist on the toxic strat that we've seen before. Alright, Necro gonna get his Bolero pretty soon. GSK not choosing to dip Dodongo's Cavern, so only a double dip for Zeph and Hamster. Don't have a try DC.
Yeah, DC is a tricky one, especially when you don't know what the dungeon prizes are. You don't know whether this is going to be a stone dungeon or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a toss-up, really, as to whether it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, interestingly enough, none of them have chose to check the song from the Deku tree, despite being around the CAC area. They could have nipped there, checked the song, and checked the stones and medallion layouts, but no real push to that direction just yet. We might see GSK do that now, though.
We might do, yeah. Sorry, I've not updated the commands yet. It's always a bit tricky at the beginning because there's so much going on.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Let me get the hook shot on there. That's the most important one, really, isn't it?
Sure is. Okay, yeah, we do see GSK heading into the Temple of Time, so we are going to find out what our song is. We're potentially going to find out what our child spawn is, if they choose to go child and immediately save quit. Probably quite unlikely. They might want to just get the market area done first.
Yeah, I'd actually know at least. Ooh, okay.
Deku Tree Way of the Hero. So definitely need our Kakiri sword today.
Yep.
Always good when you roll with new settings and you get to show them off. So we do need to find our butter knife. Right, dungeon layout. Forest Spirit. Water temple required. There is our 40 skulls required, baby.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. And Prelude. Oh, wonderful.
Gotta love Vanilla Prelude.
Yeah, Vanilla Prelude.
Actually, that is actually really nice to have.
Yeah, Prelude.
Especially because your save walk can take you fucking anywhere.
Yeah, it always felt good in Season 3, but Prelude in Season 4 feels amazing.
Mm. Oh, Zeph getting that temple.
Yeah, Zeph choosing to dip fire here, despite having Bolero and minimal hearts. It's an interesting dip without knowing the stones and medallions.
It's relatively quick just to get this one chest, I guess.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And it can pay out. The amount of times that people choose to skip just dipping Fire Temple and then 1 or 2 of the first 3 checks will have something. And it really pays out for those that choose to do it.
Yeah, it's nice knowing as well whether you're hammer locked here or not. And that's a boss key, so yes, we are.
Key. That's very nice. GSK picking up their Keaton mask. As mentioned earlier, the Kakariko Gate is already open in these settings. You do not need to show the letter to the guard, so you can start off immediately getting the Keaton mask. Just taking a little bit of the tedium out of the Skull Mask check.
Yeah, and let's be honest, if you don't get the Keaton mask straight away as soon as you go child, what the hell are you doing with your life?
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely no need to not pick that up immediately, which again just makes Skull Mask feel a little better. Not good enough for it to not be an always hint, we deemed, but it's still still a little better now. Oh,
bomb cheese.
Okay, GSK with the first explosives. No official explosives, so no logic there. But we'll see how it gets.
That's going to help him out a little bit. Pack of 10, which is not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad at all.
Not too bad at all.
I think we'll see Boulder of Destiny here pretty much immediately, and then probably a dip into Lon Lon Ranch, I imagine, for GSK.
Yeah, gonna go get that other song, I imagine. Start on the 2-song route, as it is now, I guess.
Hamster suffering a little bit with their routing options, now having to go and get the song from the Composer Grave, which has taken a little bit more time than the other folks that got that Zelda's Lullaby early. Necro doing as much as they can to Dodongo's Cavern. Zeph has given up because they can't get any further. And potentially going into Lost Woods here.
That's interesting. I'm not sure. Well, I suppose he must be. Has he done Milo's house yet?
I don't know. I think Zeph might be the only person that's not done Milo's house so far.
Yeah, that's probably what he's heading for, I guess.
Yeah. Oh no, they're using the scale here. Okay, going down the river, which makes sense. Of course, Necro's already done this, so they're not going to get too much from it, but it's a good routing option. Not having a good time with this hint stone, though.
Yeah. I mean, a bit of a disagreement there.
Yeah. Okay, so GSK in Lon Lon Ranch picking up their first bottle.
Bottle's always handy.
Yeah, it'll be useful for getting those skulls, especially if that 40 skull hookshot is the first one. And they're going to need all the skulls they can get.
Yeah, I expect that bottle's going to get filled up with bugs very quickly on this speed.
Absolutely. Now, no Sun Song yet. If Sun Song was on Malin, that'd be really useful to get an extra skull from Nighttime Lon Lon Run. Oh, it is Sun Song. There we go.
It's very nice.
So GSK, if they choose to, can dip in the barn and quickly get one extra skull, just at the back of that little wooded area. Boomerang would have been nice. That would have been 3 extra, but just the one we'll have to do.
Yeah, Boomerang it would be exceptionally useful. All the other hookshot if we can find it. We want to be collecting those skulls in the overworld as quickly as we can, really.
Yeah.
Because when you got a big total like 40, you just want to be able, keep plugging away at that. That's a bomb bag.
There's a bomb bag in the barn. That'll feel real good. So that's Dodongo's Cavern.
Nice find for GSK, yeah.
Dodongo's Cavern now just fully beatable. Of course, we know it is a stone, so it's not going to be their priority at this point, but Bomb Bag, of course, opening up a plethora of chests. And yeah, are playing Sun Song, the nice, quick way of getting out from behind the barn. Going to grab that extra skull here.
Yep, 2 birds, 1 stone there. Just get out quicker, get to the skull. Nice
we'll see what they do. This might be an ideal time to check Child Spawn here, because you can actually then display Minuet and get to Lost Woods.
Yep, exactly what GSK's doing.
Yeah, exactly what they're doing. So let's see where Child Spawn is. Quickly get your bets in. Where is the Child Spawn today, everyone? Got about 30 seconds as GSK shows off some cake to the camera, making me quite jealous.
GS cake.
Hey, very good, very good. And it's lake. Child Lake is very useful. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. I've already got Prelude, so it loses a little bit of its general usefulness, but it's not too far to get to CAC from there with the Owl Warp. You've got the free hint stones, and we've got Scale. GSK doesn't yet, but once they do have it, that's a nice easy way to get up to Zora's Domain, Zora's River, and all of that as well, so it's all good.
Be able to use those Zora's backdoor keys, get through to the domain, and if Jabu is required, which it certainly is, just head there that way. Dodongo's Cavern, Wave the Hero, where we only saw a Scale.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe going back to DC is now a bit of a priority, because that Scale, of course, could be hard required for something, but we already have a Zero Bomb Bag, and we already have a Zelda's Lullaby, so...
Yeah, we do.
Interesting to know if that might be needed for maybe Lab Dive or Tektite Grotto.
Yeah, potentially one of those two. That's a bit of an interesting one. We'll have to see what comes out. Skull Mask there is dead.
Yep, Skull Mask is done. GSK going to pick up a cheeky little gold skull here with Sun Song. Nothing off Richard. Neko, we're going to find out the Fire Temple is fairly nice. And there is our Sacred Forest Meadow Wave, the hero with the Requiem of Spirit.
Yeah, very likely that's going to be what it's pointing towards, I reckon.
I'd have been tempted to have played that straight away there if I was Zeph, having already got those hints.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I mean, you're already here, and there's stuff to do in Kakuri, so...
True.
Or Lost Woods, rather, so it might be worth just getting Lost Woods done first, then warping away. Zeph, I think Zeph already picked up Saria's song, I want to say.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, so the song in the song of the desert is not going to be immediately helpful to Zeph, whichever song it is.
True, could have been a convenient warp song, I guess, but you're right.
But
there's no child song that will really benefit them at this.
Yeah, it's basically nothing that would affect the Lost Woods play. So it doesn't mean if there was still a chance of Sarius being out there, you probably want to check it before you do Lost Woods just in case. But since you've already got it, don't need to bother.
All right, child fishing gives us just the money that we paid to fish. So,
big 20.
Yeah.
We'll hopefully get a peek at what the item in the lake is as well here, the sunken bottle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he already walked past that or not.
I don't
see
think
it
so.
On the screen.
GSK went from the little island with the skull on it, and I think came straight over.
Drinking their potion, they are definitely going to want to pick up some bugs now instead. And there they are.
Yeah, and get another skull here, of course. Little soil patch outside the lab dive. Setting up scarecrows as well. Alright, time to see if we can see what this item is. It's always a bit tricky at night time, but I think that's a blue pea.
Yeah, I think that's a blue pea, so no concerns there. Of course, that scale could have been way the hero for that from Dodongo's Gavin, but guess not. More riddles to solve. Ooh, a slingshot off Hot Rodder there.
Interesting. Well, that's something we need, at least in logic, I guess.
Yeah,
actually, no. Well, that's something we maybe need. Yeah.
With of course, with Deku being Wave the hero, it might be necessary to beat Gomer and Logic, so we're not 100% sure just now. Zeph with some really nice, just general execution there in Bronze, so you look really swag. And then fails to play Saria's song twice in a row, so 3 times in a row. Songs are hard. Come on, Papa D awaits your good tunes, not your messed up garbage. What we got today?
Hamster going for the almost got it there. The jump slash trick here to get the skull slow about a boomerang. So we can get it this time. There we go.
There we go. Gets
very nice.
Papa D giving a bit of money, just commiserating his bad play, but no items there.
So I like the dodgy busker on the street. I was like, I'll just give him a couple of quid so he shuts up.
Yeah, perfect. That is the weirdest Scarecrow song I've ever seen from Hamster. I have no idea what that was.
I miss what he played, so I don't know. I don't know either.
Can't even begin to describe the notes that he just played.
So we see Zeph here breaking logic. This trick is no longer enabled in standard, doing the Goron Pop for strength. We got sometimes hints, so we already know it's dead. It's a recovery heart.
Yeah, nothing.
I guess Zeph did not find that hint yet. Can't remember where it was. It was DC.
Yeah, I think you might be right. GSK clearing up Hyrule Field, Necro heading into Lon Lon Ranch, Hamster's getting frustrated with fish, which are only going to pay him back with the money of entry. See if that slingshot from Hot Rodder pays out for Zeph here. That could be a nice find. Nope, $5.
Loopy.
So not finding many items the starting 25 or so minutes. We only have strength, a scale, and a slingshot. Of course, we have a bomb bag as well, but no massive items.
Yeah, bomb bag's going to give us Dodongo's Way of the Hero. We do have access to Spirit Temple as well. Child's Spirit. Ooh, big one sword.
Very nice.
So we've got, although we haven't got those many really exciting items, we do actually have quite a few options available, open to us.
Oh, absolutely.
To explore. So yeah, we've got things we can do. There's the other SFM Way of the Hero hint.
Mm-hmm. I'm eagerly awaiting our first dip into Spirit Temple. Now that we've got Requiem and some explosives and a slingshot, Spirit Temple could definitely be someone's opener here.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely want to be thinking about doing pretty much all of Child's Spirit at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
Just get all that done. It's a couple extra sculptors and plenty of items to choose from as well.
Yeah, especially knowing Hookshot is potentially locked behind 40 skulls, and you might not be able to do much of Adult Spirit even if you get access to it. Just get that out of the way as Child, I think.
Yeah, Adult Spirit without a hookshot is pretty dire.
It's
generally.
horrendous. It's straight up horrendous.
And that is a recovery heart in the Wolfos Grosso, so that is confirmed. Requiem is where the hero.
Yeah.
So that means Child Spirit is probably required, at least logically.
Yeah, it could mean a few things. Of course, we don't know what song is there. It could be a Pona song, which of course would make logical access to that area completely redundant. Lens could be there. There could just be an item on the archway. We don't entirely know just yet. But as you say, it is quite likely that Child Spirit is required anyway.
Yeah, the thing with Spirit Key logic is it tends to just like
Yo,
blat everything else.
Bow in the Kokiri sword chest. Not the easiest check anymore. It's not something that you automatically just go and do with Deku Tree closed off and Mido's open to adult. And,
it is definitely a dead-end check there, and Zeph's kind of reached that quite nicely, I think, just kind of going through all the lost words, then going there, and then just, straight down into that check, and then that's the end of the route, go away, warp off, done.
Yeah, there is...
Because you really don't have to back out of that and go somewhere else, because it's really slow and annoying.
Yeah, there's barely anything leading you to Kokiri. Oh, was that Dins on the archway?
Oh, was it? Oh, shit. I turned away just slightly to note down that hint, and I missed it.
I might be wrong. But it kind of looked like Dins, but I'm not sure if that's just a heart piece.
That's going to be interesting.
Zeph is confident with what it is, though. They're not going for another look, so... And immediately playing Prelude.
Okay, so Zeph's not interested in a Child Spirit play just yet.
No.
Also, I completely blanked on what song we got there. Was that Epona's?
I did not see it. Oh, no, it was... I think
Serenade.
it was Serenade. Yeah. Serenade. Okay. Meanwhile, GSK gonna find the Slingshot. Hamster is now off to Spirit Temple. We'll see if they choose to dip it. Necro just clearing up some Lost Woods and some Hyrule Field. Pretty sure GSK did get the hint about... Oh, no, they haven't been to Dodongo's Cavern, so they won't have the hint whatsoever about the Koron Pot.
Yeah, it was GSK and Zeph that went there, wasn't it, I think?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, sorry, it was
Hamster.
Hamster and Zeph, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Necro's done it as well. I think all of them managed to get there.
Oh, yeah, Necro was a bit behind the other two, wasn't he?
Yeah, three of them have the scale.
Hamster didn't actually look at the item there, or if he did, he didn't, spend much time looking at it.
So maybe it's not Dins, maybe it is just a heart piece or something.
It's always hard to tell when you're on the restream now, because of course the video game feeds are only about a quarter the size that the players will actually see, so they get a much better look at it than we do. Oh yes, chat's B. Luigi's pointing out Hamster's got green hearts on, so the item would be green if it was. If it was
I didn't even see Hamster's screen, so I have no idea what they saw. Okay, heading back to Lake here, so potentially going to dip into the domain. Don't see this as a bad play whatsoever.
Yeah, seems totally reasonable to me. I don't think Hamster's done Zora's River yet, so he's got those checks as well to keep him amused for a little bit.
And we have a big set of new checks coming up. Necro heading to the Valley, Hamster with Domain, and then GSK in the Goron Maze. So we've got 3 sets of new checks coming up. Zeph just clearing up Lon Lon Ranch, which we know is just has the cheeky bottle, Sun Song, and the bomb bag. So nothing too stacked today,
Yeah, nothing particularly important there, really. I mean, who needs bomb bag and Sun Song and, but 30 skulls is a wallet.
Skulls is a wallet, okay. Yeah. I didn't see the hint from Hamster's side there. I just missed it. Oh, Skull Kid is bigger on sword from that hint. Okay.
That's a sometimes hint. Not a useful one for us, unfortunately, but...
I mean, in a seed where you might not get the hammer... Ooh, there's the boomerang in the valley.
Ooh, that is good find for Necro.
Yeah, that is massive. That is going to help with that skull farming, that's for sure. So, river not paying out, but the second river, I guess you could call it, in the Gerudo Valley is being a nice backup.
Hiding shield at the top there. Necro's going to go for it. Hashtag never buy shield.
Yeah, always find one instead. See if Domain pays off a hamster here.
Dongo's careful where to hear it again.
Yeah, getting that confirmation that they might indeed need that scale, but they are going to find out it's not for the Ruto's letter location. So probably going to head back there fairly soon. Now, what was in Domain, Hamza? Give us the goods. As Zeph finds their bomb bag. We're pretty happy with that. Could have definitely got that a little earlier, but no real delay on that.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you get it during your child route, it's not too bad, I guess.
No.
No one's going to skip Lon Ranch, realistically, are they? So.
No, of course not. Domain, pretty garbage. Nothing there for Hamster, unfortunately. So that scale is seeming less and less like it's going to be needed. Might be something else in the back of Dodongo's cavern.
Well, at this point, the scale really can only be way to hero for lab dive. There's not really anything else that it could be useful
lab dive
for.
And Tectite Grow. That's
Tectite Grow, yeah. Yeah, so not found Iron Boost yet.
Yeah, that boomerang is probably the biggest thing at the minute that's putting anyone ahead. So Necro, I'm not going to say they've got a lead at this stage, but that item is definitely the biggest benefit any one of these four runners have right now.
Yeah, that's definitely going to help him a lot when it comes to skull hunting.
Yeah, the main thing is just when the others might choose to do Valley, because starting at Child Lake means Valley is technically less worthwhile because you don't need to sort of do the Valley into Lake checks. So we might have to wait a little while for all four of these runners to actually get that rang.
Potentially, yeah. We'll have to see what their play is.
Yeah.
We do have Zeph down the lake at the moment, so he could make the little journey up north to Gerudo Valley.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Might feel a bit bad going that way, but I'm not sure if Hyrule Field yet. If they haven't, it could well be worth doing.
Yeah, I don't think Zeph's done any of the field yet, so he can get the grottos on the way, which could lead to something interesting, of course.
Yeah. What we are seeing, though, is a real aggressive skull hunting. GSK on their 9th skull. Hamster only on 2. So definitely a bit behind. Necro on 6. Zeph also on 6. So
yeah, Hamster coming into Child Cack, so he's going to catch up a little bit here.
Yeah.
Get a few of the easy skulls in this little area.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't have a slingshot, so I'm not sure if they picked up the bomb shoes from the child shooting. Otherwise, they might not be able to get the one on top of this. What would you call this?
The Watchtower.
Yeah, Watchtower. There we go. That's exactly what it should be called. Yeah.
Is it very much what it should be called? Because if it wasn't called that, Jotwood would make no sense.
They are going past it. So they are going to be a choose short, shall we say. And coming back here isn't going to be super easy or required, so...
Yeah, there's no particularly easy way to cack at the moment. I mean, we've got the Owl Warp. That's our best option, really. It's just save Warp, grab the Owl, and run from there over to Kakariko, but it's not ideal. Nocturne still has not turned up. Yeah, we've only got 2 songs left to get. Ice Cavern and Burning Cack, so it's either Vanilla or it's Frozen.
Vanilla would be pretty mean because that's behind Spirit and Water, and of course we know that Water Temple requires 40 skulls to beat, so that would be pretty harsh.
That would be pretty harsh, yeah. Nocturne is required, so we've got to get it at some point. If it's an Ice Cavern, then obviously Ice Cavern's required.
Alright, so, Hamster taking a second trip to Colossus here, so I think this is an actual dip into Spirit Temple right now.
Must be, yeah. There's nothing else for him to do here.
Although they don't have a...
No, it isn't. Yeah,
he's planting the bean.
So Hamster's seen something up here he wants. We're not sure what it is. It might be Dinsfire.
It's definitely something worthwhile. Interesting. And just safe quitting, so they are going back to Lake Hylia, potentially just... Well, I guess not going to back to the Temple of Time. They've got Prelude, so I'm not entirely sure on why they're playing... on what they're safe quitting here. Oh,
might
I guess
be going for
planting
value
the beam.
play.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
no,
buying
it's
the
planting
beam,
another
yeah.
beam. Yeah.
Right, this makes sense. Yeah, then not going to get a hook shot for a little while, it seems, so it's good to get this planted.
Yeah. GSK, again, heading back to Requiem here. They haven't been here whatsoever, so they are going to pick up the song for the first time, I believe. Zeph and Necro, double-dipping domain. Again, not going to find anything. So we are a little dry on items right now. No one's done... there are a lot of explosive checks we can do and just haven't right now, so... I'm wondering when people are going to head back to Dodongo's cabin. That's definitely Dins.
Yeah, that's definitely Dins. I'm pretty sure that's Dins.
Yeah,
that's not a red rupee. Alright, so GSK's got his slingshot equipped here, so I wonder if he's maybe going to consider doing the Child Spirit dip.
Maybe. Could just be killing the gold skull.
Yeah, it might be.
I'd be surprised if no one dipped it, because you do get a couple of gold. You get a couple of gold skulls, and it's potentially just straight up required. So this might be. Yeah, there we go. So GSK going to be our first player into Child Spirit proper.
Yeah, I think this is definitely like the solid play you want to do here. Like, it's pretty much the only. I mean, obviously we've got the Dongos, which is where the hero, but apart from that, this is really the only dungeon we've got.
Yeah.
That's progression, so it makes sense to get it done, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not surprised Hamza didn't do it. I don't think they have a slingshot or the bomb choose, so they don't really have...
Hamster's managed to avoid both of those so far, so Hamster's obviously going to pick up bombs shortly here, so he might go back. Well, actually, no. Can you do Spirit with just bomb bag? Not sure.
No, you need a bomb. You need a bomb chew, at least.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
and Hamster could go buy one, I guess, but yeah.
Well, they are going to get their bombs pretty soon anyway. Of course, the other item that's being somewhat avoided by people is that bow. Only 2 of 4 have that bow from the Kakiri sword chest. So, interested to see when Necro and Hamster might get that. Of course, going to Kakiri Forest to get the skulls is more inviting, so
yeah, there's
definitely might see it. There is now more of a reward going there than just for one check. So, I think we might see Necro do it now, actually.
Yeah, Necro is making a dive now.
Yeah, Zeph buying some beans. Of course, buying 2 beans, so I think Zeph also knows that Dins is... 3 sets of beans! Let's go! Let's ship on out for those beans today.
Not sure he's got plans for that 3rd one to go, but...
Yeah, that's a bit of a bonus bean. Not entirely sure what it's there for. 13 skulls now for GSK. So doing pretty well. Of course, yeah, Necro is now back in Kakiri Forest, so they are probably going to pick up that bow. And there is a small key on Child Spirit, so yeah, definitely requires. We'll see if that's the only thing that they can get from this Requiem Way the Hero, but...
Yeah, it could easily be an item here on Child Spirit. So... Definitely, I'm not surprised that GSK is continuing to climb.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I do the exact same. No boomerang, so they are going to waste a little more time in Child Spirit as they could have done.
Yeah,
they also can't get the gold skull next to the Iron Knuckle room.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, but they can probably just grab it as adult a little later on.
Not if they don't have their 40 skull hook shot.
Yeah. Well, if they manage to find the other hook shots, you never know.
Yeah.
Also to note, no one's gone for chickens yet.
Yeah, no chickens at all. I'm not really surprised, although the amount of people that have been in Kakariko with Sunsong, it's an option. And especially when you're this low on items.
Knowing that Kak's Way the Hero as well.
Yeah.
It's something that's going to prey on the mind a bit, I reckon.
Okay, first look at Bomb Chew Bowling then from Hamster. Last to get the bomb bag, first to do Bomb Chew Bowling.
Heart piece to start off with. Nice rainbow chews there. Probably the best edition we've got in the dev branch right now.
Oh, I don't know. Letter in Spirit Temple. Great find for GSK.
Excellent find. So that's Jabu now clearable.
Yeah, it's just fully
GSK
doable now.
needs his boomerang, but
Of course, Scale is potentially way the hero, but also just isn't needed for Jabu. So I'm not still very intrigued to see someone go back to Dodongo's Cavern real soon.
Yeah, we definitely want to see what's going on with that.
Yeah, but going back to additions, I really love the Mirror Shield. The new cosmetics you can get on the Mirror Shield.
Yeah, you do get some quite nice ones with that.
Yeah, I had a really nice blue one yesterday. It looked so good. I was like, oh, wonderful. Iron Boots on 10 skulls.
Boots. Okay, well, that's pretty much rip for Scale being made a hero then, unless it's Lab Dive. That is Sphere 0 Irons.
Finally getting some bugs with that ball. Be very interested to see if anyone goes into Ice Cavern, because going there without a hook shot feels awful.
Yeah, especially when you know you need the skulls, and you just got to leave 3 of them just sat there, because you can't get any of the skulls in Ice Cavern at all without a hook shot. It's such a pain.
Yeah, really unpleasant play there. Necro getting a stick upgrade from Ocarina of Memory Game. Didn't see that from anyone else, so feels good.
Yeah, I think the others did pick that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, just,
I just didn't see it.
Hmm.
The Lab Dive hook shot and Iron's Trick is allowed, but it's not in logic. So that's potentially why the Scale might be way of the hero. Skulls required. Yes, 40 skulls is a hook shot. We do not know if that is our first or second.
So we got a hint there that the boomerang chest is dead in Hyrule Castle area.
Okay.
3 or 4 sometime since now. We've got 1 more left.
Thing on Din's Fairy. Okay, so when are we going to see our next adult play, and who's it going to be? Zeph now heading into Spirit, so they are going to find their Dins, but does not have the Boomerang, so cannot make the associated Jabu play. I'm interested to see when Necro goes to Spirit. Of course, having that Boomerang means that it's not only more enticing, but it means they can use Letter to immediately go and do Jabu. Hamster, of course, without either of those things, and now heading back adult, so maybe back to Dodongo's Cavern, finish off that way of the hero with the bomb bag.
Yeah, quite possibly.
This could be the save quit back to Goron City. Necro only now getting Requiem. It's quite surprised they got it that late, considering Minuet was the free song. Hamster not save quitting, so they're not going back to Goron City in a hurry. Necro is finishing off Sacred Forest Meadow. Zeph is going to get their letter imminently. If they choose to go up any further, they might just choose to get the first key and not head up, but I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, well, as we've seen, it is definitely the right play to make, so...
Yeah. And GSK gonna learn there's nothing in Bomb Tube Bowling and leave. So yeah, as you can see, I guess, from all 4 screens, again, the dynamism of the early routing, very wild. A nice example of how these things mean that you can essentially not follow anyone else. You choose to do any one of 20 or 30 different things. It's now possible to do. GSK going to finish up Child here. I reckon follow Hamster into Adult after this. Hamster going to chase Tektite Grow here, so I'll first look in whether the scale might be needed. Not for this Grow. Just a piece of heart.
Yeah, well, we could have got that with Iron Beast, so...
Of course, yeah, we now have the
That's in
iron.
there.
Yeah, we now have the iron. So
Yeah, Lab Dive's still potentially in the picture though, so can't rule out the scale way the hero just yet. It's almost, but not quite.
that would feel pretty miserable if you had to get the gold scale for Lab Dive, despite knowing where a hookshot is and having iron.
Yeah.
But Hamster immediately taking advantage of the bean they planted in Lake Hylia here. I think this is a good play.
Maybe it's a hookshot.
Yeah,
I've seen it on top of the lab before.
Oh, yeah.
And annoyingly, Hamster does not have any ranged items, so it's going to have a little bit of fun with a crow here.
Yeah, I think Hamster's going to be really frustrated when they do find that bow. It's in a, it's essentially Sphere Zero. It's just not in an ideal location.
It is definitely Sphere Zero. Just a nut upgrade there. Yeah. Well, nut upgrade's not too bad, I guess, but not quite what I want to see.
Yeah. Alright, Zeph is indeed heading further into Spirit, so are going to find their Ruto's letter soon. Necro hasn't headed that way just yet. Gonna hopefully play a better tune for Papa D, but get the same reward, so... Oh, no, they mess it up too.
that was not sorry.
That was even worse. That was the extended version, the remix.
Yeah. Well, at least it was second try there, so that's something, I guess.
That's just the intimidation of Darunia there, just putting everyone off their playing skills. And there is that letter for Zeph.
Yeah,
GSK didn't head back as adult. They chose to do the rest of Hyrule Castle, but sticking around as child, so maybe this is the Valley play?
I don't think GSK handed in the letter yet, did they?
No, they have not.
Yeah, so GSK presumably is going to hang around Chardia at least long enough to do that.
Yeah, this could be Valley into Lake to do that. They could just do the Valley and then head and hand that letter in, which might be a sensible play. Of course, if they do that, they won't just hand the letter in, they can then just finish Jabu.
GSK can't, because no boomerang.
No, but the boomerang's in Valley, so if they head down the Valley...
Of course it is, yeah, good point.
No, they're not, they're going the wrong way, no Valley play. Oh dear.
Is GSK heading for the river?
This looks like
river.
Yeah, this just looks like river, which is...
Oh, man.
I guess if they've not done river at all, I guess it makes sense for them, but of course...
Also, GSK doesn't have the scale, actually, so...
Oh, yeah, they haven't got the scale at all.
Yeah, so they don't have the option of going lake to river, unfortunately. So, yeah, to hand in the ladder, this would be the play. Looks like it's going for Kakariko,
though. Chickens?
Maybe chickens.
Or just skulls? Have they done nighttime skulls? I don't think they have.
No idea. Possibly not.
I think they've been really aggressive on skulls, but they haven't actually done nighttime yet. So no, they're gonna pick up 5 more and be on 20 skulls.
Blimey.
So I'll
give GSK the iron boost, of course. Whatever the 20 skull prizes, which if it is something good, that means Skull's house is really fucking stacked today.
Of course, already having a wallet and a hookshot on 30 and 40 respectively. Yeah, 16 skulls now for GSK, so high amount of skulls. Necro in Goron City Maze. They have just picked up their slingshot, I believe. So yeah, Necro is in probably the best position right now, but not taking advantage of that just yet. Of course, as soon as they go to Spirit, they are going to be in I would say, a lead at that stage.
Yeah, Spirit would definitely be the play for Necro here. Get that letter, go clear Jabu entirely.
Yeah.
He's the only one in a position to potentially do that right now, and that would definitely be a feather in the cap if he can get it done.
Yeah, Hamster really needs to hope there's a bow somewhere else at this point.
Yeah, just not something you really want to have as your hope, to be honest, because bows can be just anywhere.
No, we didn't get Chicken's dead him. So that's still on the cards. Alright, this is Prelude from Zeph. So they are also... Oh, no, they're not heading adult here.
Maybe bowling, I guess.
Yeah, bomb tube bowling into maybe... I'm not sure if they've done Richard and Din's Fairy. Still just really anticipating a Valley play from someone else. It's just it is open to do, but it is, again, starting in Lake Hylia means that it's less appealing. So
yeah, it's just
one of
slightly
those-
awkward from there. It's like it's not quite close enough that you can just do it freely, but it's
yeah.
not far away enough that it feels like a solid play, I guess.
Now, I wonder if Necro is going to finish off Dodongo's cavernous child here. They might
Really?
do. There's no reason why they can't. They've essentially done most of it. They'd only need to finish it off with the bridge and actually killing Dodongo, but doesn't look like they're going to do that.
Yeah, I don't think Necro's got that many sticks left.
Well, if they got that stick upgrade, they should be fine.
True, yeah. Missing out Sculptor there. I would have got that one, to be honest, as impulsive
Yeah,
there.
I'm not really sure why they did that. Maybe they're just going to get that as adult.
Yeah, maybe. I think it would actually be quicker to get it as child, though. They're going back for it now.
Yeah, not sure if they've just remembered it or they've just changed their mind and filing what they want to do.
Oh, it's saying Sun Song is going to do Danpei.
Okay. Right.
And probably Skulls in the village as well.
Yeah, so they're getting the 5 skulls in Nighttime CAC, but they did just skip one of the skulls on the way there, so then a little interesting.
A little bit weird. I hope that it doesn't mean he's like got like 9 skulls or something at the end of this, and then to end up skipping Iron Boots. That'd be a bit annoying.
Well, they're already on 11, so
he's on
12.
13 there. So
shouldn't have any issues. Of course, they do also have the boomerang, so can get the extra one from the graveyard if they haven't already, which might actually bring them to 20 if they get the one in the soil and the dirt damage. Not 100% sure.
Let's see, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, no, it'd be 19 skulls if he gets all of them here, so he's going to be one short.
Yeah, going to be one short of 20 if they just picked that one up from the trail.
Yeah.
Zeph is heading to Bolero here, so we're going to get that extra skull in the crater.
Oh, where's he going? Oh, he's checking what the volcano item is.
Yeah, don't believe that is anything, so...
No, it's a blue P.
Alright, and this is chickens from GSK, so...
Let's go chickens!
If this pays out, that could be pretty huge for them.
It's Cackway the hero. Oh, we've found 2 things here so far. One of them, of course, is Song of Time. The other thing is Iron Boots, which are definitely required, so... Yeah. Cackway the hero, it's kind of a bit of a 50-50, I suppose, at this point, but... Still probably worth doing your chickens.
Alright, Zeph is... I don't know what Zeph is doing. Planting a bean. Zeph's planting a bean. Amsa finishing up the maze. Doesn't have strength or hovers, so cannot... Or hammer, of course, so can't get the 3rd item in the maze. Necro finally getting their iron boots.
Yeah, GSK's not turned into any skulls yet, as I recall, so... Still waiting to see what that item is.
Yeah, but they do have the most out of anyone, 21 skulls. Hamster falling a fair bit behind in terms of skulls right now. Zeph is also on 20.
Yeah, Necro, of course, if he gets everything here, will be 19, so not too far behind the others. And so it looks like it's going to go do the Dodongos.
Yep, makes sense. We know it's Way the Hero. We know you only got scale, and that scale so far has not been required for anything at all. So this makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, let's get this finished off, see what the items are, and I guess at least we get Zora Sapphire.
Yeah. Zeph handing in their letter. They're not going to... Well, I dare say they're not going to dip the first chest of Jabba. We already know it's dead. I'm not sure if they got that particular hint.
I think they did, so yeah, no reason to go into Jabby until we find Boomerang.
Not even going to check the fairy, though, which might have been something they could have done.
Yeah, maybe.
Depends, I guess, on when they're going to do Ice Cavern. If they want to do Ice Cavern early, then they're going to leave it.
Yeah, Ice Cavern's certainly looking tempting at this point. Obviously, without Hookshot, it's a bit of a pain in the bum, but we've got 2 bottles, and yeah, it's... Well, yeah, it's an extra song, it's 4 extra items. Got Iron Boots, so we can check what's in the sunken fountain area. So the ice is looking good at this point. Oh, GSK got the troll bomb there.
Yeah, just to comment on chat there. There was a consideration of changing the cuckoo count, but at the end of the day, we kind of felt that cuckoos needs to be a gamble / bad check because we don't want to just eliminate all of the high risk, high reward checks. So we felt just sticking on 7 made sense. 1 seems too free. Random is just punishing because it might be 1, might be 7. You don't really know. So 7 just made the most sense.
Yeah, and there is definitely skill to doing the Cuckoo's check well. It's not like the opponent race, which is basically free and just kind of dull. But, actually doing chickens fast and efficiently takes quite a bit of practice to get right. So it's something that we should be testing our runners on when it comes up.
Of which I didn't see the reward of chickens, but I'm going to assume it was nothing.
I think it was nothing.
Chat didn't explode, so I guess it wasn't anything. Deku Shield, okie doke. So Necro, we're going to get a shield any moment now. Hamster has not found anything else in Dodongo's cabin, as far as I can see, but 2 checks to go.
About to get the chest above Dodongo himself.
And it's a blue rupee. So is it really going to be the scale, or is the big lizard going to surprise us?
Well, let's see. If it is a scale, that means lab dive is going to be something required.
Yeah, it sure is.
How does anyone have the skill? Ask the OOT 100% runners or the OOT GSR runners.
Yeah.
Basically, any category that requires getting chickens at the start, which a lot of them do. Being able to route your chickens fast is a very much important skill if you're doing vanilla speedruns of this game.
Yep. So any check, any execution through any of the areas in the game, of course. All right, Hamza, what we got? What is the big lizard going to unleash upon us, or is it just a scale? Maybe it's 2 scales.
I think it's a stick.
It's
a wallet. Oh my goodness!
What on earth is that for?
Oh, I mean, I suppose it could be Goron Tunic.
Oh wow, that is a horrendous Dodongo's Cavern. You've got a choice of Way of the Hero scale or Way of the Hero wallet.
That is madness. That is just...
Especially considering Fire Temple is... wait, what the hell just happened to Necro screen?
Oh, Necro, yeah. Yeah.
Really pleased with
this
their
is what
Deku
happens
Shield.
when you have Necro on stream. It's just part of the course. Okay, so we have a wallet on 30 skills, actually. So if that wallet in DC is Way of the Hero, well, I don't think it can be. Because it would have to be Zora Tunic, which we've already found, or King Zora, which is not possible because we've got the letter.
So it has to be scale. So there's something on Lab Dive.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think it has to be, yeah.
Okay. Nice. Well, so far, Din, you've impressed me with what you've rolled, so keep it up.
Yeah, this is turning out to be a pretty spicy one.
Yeah. Now, Zeph has just found their boomerang, so... Having just handed the letter in, they're going to feel a bit annoyed that they have to go all the way back again.
Zeph at least has scale, so it's not too bad for him to get back from here.
No,
just swim back down to the lake, and then off he can go to Jabby.
Yeah, Spawn is in the lake anyway, of course, so it's not the end of the world. Necro is doing their best to avoid Spirit Temple. I've never seen a hard avoidance like this in all my life. So any advantage they did have from getting the boomerang early is essentially gone, and I would say Zeph is now going to pull ahead with being here and being able to go into Jabu.
Yeah, Jabu is definitely looking like the good play right here.
Yeah.
Necro has not quite any bombs, so that might be why he's swinging Spirit Temple, because without any explosives, you get a bit stuck in there. Although there is a bomb lethal you can farm.
Yeah, I also think they've got bomb chews, so I don't think it should be an issue, honestly.
True, yeah. As long as you've got a chew at least, just something you can kill that Armos with.
Yeah. Isn't the letter technically firelocked? Maybe. We don't know where all the keys are. I think at this point we know that it is, because I don't think all of the keys were child side. So
yeah, I think we only got maybe 2 keys on child's side, which isn't enough.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's fire locked in this seed. And yeah, confirming that it is indeed Din's fire on the arch. So I did managed to guess that straight away, despite the initial confusion. Happy with my eyesight. I'm still waiting for some skulls. Getting Gwade for his troubles. And Zeph is going to be our first runner into Jabu Jabu.
Yeah, well, GSK has got a fish on his inventory, but of course doesn't have the boomerang, so if he is planning on going into Jabu, it's only going to be a dip for the first chest, which we know is dead, so
Indeed.
not going to help him very much.
Well, that's 24 gold skulls now for GSK, so fairly healthy in terms of that count. Zeph is not too far behind. Necro is also on 20. Hamster lagging a little bit behind. I don't have the boomerang or the bow, so also lagging a little bit behind on items. But going back as child now. Oh, the Kakiri sword. See, I knew you should have checked the fountain the first time you went in there. I knew it. Paying out for GSK.
That is an excellent find for GSK. That is going to give him Way Hero Deku 2, which he's going straight for, beeline, not even hesitating, just straight into that dungeon, and that is definitely a sensible play. Go see what item Deku's got for us.
Of course, Zeph is almost certainly going to get this after Jabu at this point. I'd be very surprised if they finished and didn't go check the fairy.
Yeah, it'd be kind of silly.
They could have had it earlier. You know, they chose to open up King's Aura, but not check the fairy. They could have done Deku Tree earlier.
Yeah, I think with Zeph's route, it's not going to damage him too much, leaving it till this point. Well, I suppose it kind of depends on what's in Deku Tree, but I don't think it's going to be too bad.
Yeah, they also might not have found the boomerang had they have got the Kakiri sword. So
yeah.
Yeah,
it's kind of a thing for GSK. Whatever he finds here in Deku Tree is likely to, pull him away from doing the Valley play. So
yeah. Well, we know it's Way the Hero, so let's look at what items it could be. So we know it could still be a hook shot. We don't know where the other one is.
Yeah, it could be magic.
Yeah, it could be magic. Could be mirror shield. Could be hover boots. Could be hammer, which would be a spicy one. Or it could be something crap like lens. Who knows?
Yeah, hover boots as well. They're still in the mix. We need to find them for Shadow. Yeah, a few options there. We know it can't be light arrows because that's still, even with the Ganon changes to Ganon's Castle, light arrows cannot be hinted by the hero. I suppose it could still be in here, but yeah.
Oh, there's another bow. So there's potentially Hamster's bailout.
Potentially, yeah.
Which would be ironic, because when they do the Deku Tree, they will go and get that chest anyway, so...
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's basically right next door to the other one. Yeah, GSK, I think that's pretty much all the hints at this point. Certainly we do. We've only got one sometimes hint left to find, so... he's probably not going to bother with back of Deku Tree hints. Chat saying we got the last sometimes hint, it was King's Aura.
Fair enough.
Don't know where we saw that one, but fair enough, yeah.
Hamster did actually manage to get the Watchtower skull, despite our setting that was, say, relatively unchecked. They are back in Kakariko. Gonna get those bugs and really start farming skulls at this point.
Yeah, Hamster definitely needs to start catching up on those skulls right now.
Of course, we have all 3 child dungeons on screen right now. One of them is not being done as a child, but...
When do you ever see Dodongo's done as a child? Let's be honest.
Exactly. There was a small chance for Necro to do it as a child, going down DMC, but chose not to.
I do wonder what Jabu might have for us. Only 3, well...
Fire arrows?
Okay.
I mean,
we've got Din's Fire, so I can't see those being Way to Hero.
It could be Shadow Trial.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It could be Shadow Trial.
Yeah.
So let's see if this Deku Tree has anything else for it. But yeah, if that is Way of the Hero, then we've got Dodongos for a scale and Deku Tree for fire arrows. And you, sir, have been mean. A very mean boy.
I don't know. I don't think the siege is too bad, to be honest. It's been quite linear so far.
I don't know. We've got 40 skull hookshot.
Yeah, it's true.
And that is looking more and more likely to be our first one.
Yeah, it's starting to get that way, isn't it?
Yeah,
God knows when the other one's going to turn up.
GSK's going to be on 30 skulls by the time they're sort of in the next 5 or so minutes. So, same as Zeph. We're almost there. Alright, one more check before Goma. Let's see if the Deku Tree manages to salvage a Way of the Hero. And there's a hook shot! Okay. Okay, there is our first hook shot. So, right. GSK gonna really enjoy that one. And thankfully, the second hook shot is the one behind 40 skulls. So, picking up those last few isn't going to be too bad. That now opens up Forest Temple, of course, which is a medallion. Could be his next play. So yeah, Lab Dive is looking like something like Magic, Mirror Shield, something like that today. Also, oh yeah, I guess it could also be Lights with it not directly being a Way of the Hero, as in the lab, but the scale heading to it. So
yeah, that's definitely possible.
Does mean that GSK can go and get it now, though. They do have a hook shot and the iron boots.
Yeah, get it out of logic, but since you spawn literally right on top of it, I imagine that's probably just going to be... Actually, no, correction, sorry. Yeah. They do spawn right on top of it, but in the wrong era, it's child era, and you can't use a hook shot as child.
Indeed. 7 years too early. Can't put those boots on. Bit too big.
Yeah. There you go. Well, we have got Serenade, so Lab Dive is fairly straightforward to get to.
Absolutely.
Not quite on your doorstep, but close enough.
Yep, I see GSK pretty much heading to adults straight away here. No real reason to stay child at this stage, because they haven't found that boomerang in Gerudo Valley.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for GSK that they missed that.
It's actually really bad. If you think about it, when is the chance... when is the next time they're going to be in that area? It's going to be a while. They don't have opponents.
They don't have opponents. Maybe if they get the lock... GSK is going to get a long shot, pretty much inevitably, in the next, 20, 30 minutes, I guess, and that will probably lead them that way.
Yeah. Just depends if they choose to go to GTG. They now have quite a few things open, of course. And we know that Din's is on the archway. If something like Magic is in Lab Dive, they could do quite a few dungeons before they actually ever head that way.
Yeah.
Which I guess is just progression, so it's fine.
Yeah, as long as it's progression dungeons, it's not too bad.
Alright, and we have our first Forest Temple. Necro having finished off Dodongo's Cavern, going back as child. Why?
Not sure.
Spirit? I guess maybe Spirit?
Yeah, that could be what he's after.
At long last, are they going to go to Spirit Temple? They've got their... There we go, Spirit Temple at last!
Yay!
From Necro, finally going to pick up their letter.
Looks like House is going to hand in Skull Mask. I guess he didn't get a hint for it yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I think that was a fairly accessible hint, but...
yeah, well, it was on... Actually, no, it wasn't. It was back in Lake. We saw that. So, not exactly ideal to get that one.
For those asking in chat, the main difference between Season 3 and Season 4 are... There's 3 or 4 different things. Free Zelda's Lullaby is one of the big ones. You get the song from Impa at the very start of the seed, so 3-song meta is a bit broken up. The bridge conditions are on 2 medallions instead of all 6. Random spawn, you can spawn anywhere in the world and at any age. They are essentially the big changes. And closed Deku Tree. So you need the Kikiri sword to do the Deku tree.
Which today is on Zora's Fountain's Great Fairy, so Zeph is going to pick that up very shortly.
I hope so. Don't just leave, Zeph. Come on. No. Alright, they are heading that way.
Yeah, it'd be pretty crazy to skip doing Zora's Fountain Fairy after you do Jabu, because it is right here. It's the quickest time to do it. Yeah, so install all medallions to beat the game. That you can now get to Ganon's castle with only 2 medallions. So Zeph can go into there when he goes adult if he feels like it. See what he can find in there.
Interesting enough, I think Necro was one of the first people in the river, but they didn't get any beans because they were there as adults, so they're not going to be able to get Dins as easy as other people have, but they are at least going back into Spirit, so they're going to get their letter.
Yeah, I imagine Necro will get the letter, go deliver it, go beat Jabu, and then get beans after that.
Yeah.
Probably on their way to get to Deku Tree, because they'll also get this Kikiri sword, hopefully.
Yeah. Zeph, obviously now heading to Deku Tree. Hamza could find bow here. If Hamza chooses to stick around just after the Skullmask, they could find their first bow.
Yeah, it would definitely make sense for Hamza to go get that check in Kikiri Forest since he's here.
Because, of course, they could also find the slingshot off Hot Rodder. They've got a few options right now where they can go and help them open up the seed a little bit more.
Yeah, Ganon's Castle could definitely be Way to Hero under these settings. Won't be today because we've already seen our Way to Heroes and Castle was not one of them. But yeah, something could be there. Something could potentially be locked behind Light Trial. Yeah, there's a few options there.
Yep, we've now got our Sega Medallion, so it's now open. We could still definitely find something in there.
And of course, we got fire arrows in the Way to Hero location, which, as you mentioned earlier, might be pointing us towards the second Jester's Shadow Trial.
Yeah, fairly unlikely now that we have Hookshot and we know where Longshot is. So I don't think it can be if we have both Longshot and Dins.
And magic, yeah. Magic you need either way, of course. So yeah, probably makes sense.
I'm interested to see when we do get our first Ganon's Castle dip. Relatively unlikely super soon. Of course, Zeph has a good amount of progression to do right now.
Yeah, Zeph's definitely going to go do Deku Tree first before he even thinks about picking up that Master Sword again. And GSK is going to be slinging his way through Forest Temple.
Yeah.
So
Necro going to get that letter soon, so can do Jabu and will have... again, struggling a little bit. Is going to hopefully Slingshot here, which might push them towards the letter in Spirit Temple. Of course, no Boomerang either, so struggling a little bit to find the items required to really open the seed up for them. Didn't get the bow, but they might still get that after Goron City. We'll see. Hopefully, we get at least a good Saria's play here from them. There we go.
Hey, first try.
No intimidation. That's 29 skulls for Zeph now. So them and GSK really high on skulls. Only a few to go. Zeph's going to get 3 or 4 from Deku Tree. GSK already got a few from Forest Temple.
Zeph pressing the wrong button. Bugs cannot defeat rocks,
No,
unfortunately.
So I guess overall, the seed isn't looking that bad now. We are still a few items away from go mode, and they could be in some garbage locations, but...
Yeah, still got that Song of Storms on OT, so...
we sure do.
Yeah, I mean, we know DC is basically required anyway, although God knows why at this point.
It's a pretty friendly all dungeons, though. You know, we know that it's Dodongo's Cavern, Deku Tree, and we've got the boss key for fire already. Yeah. So it's not like it's going to be criminal where the boss key is sitting on hammer chest.
Yeah, that's always a horrible thing if you have to go like right to the top of Fire Temple. It's a real pain in the ass.
Hamster giving the Skull Mask away, okay.
Yeah, he's already done the Deku Theatre.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that they bothered.
Yeah, I suppose so. Just really wants to sell out, I guess.
I mean, I guess they could be going for the bunny hood, which would be insane, but they might be.
I don't think Bunny Hood has the speed up on this.
No, I think it does.
Does it?
I'm not sure. I gave Trez the new string to turn that on. I'm not sure if they actually updated the string.
I don't know. Trez did do some updates earlier, so he might have done.
Yeah.
But my understanding is it was still off. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's been changed.
Well, either way, I can't actually imagine Hamster going and doing the spooky mask to get the bunny hood.
Yeah, it does seem a bit OTT, especially since he's already done Graveyard.
Yeah, the time you automatically lose handing in the spooky mask is essentially all the time you ever gain with the bunny hood, so...
Yeah, especially since Hamster's already done like most of Charder at this point.
Yeah. But they are going to get their bow as long as they head into the sword chest from here. So 18 tokens, going to find their bow, now has the hook shot, so are gaining a little bit of ground on everyone. Zeph picking up their second bow. GSK making good progress into Forest. I'd hesitate to put any one of Zeph or GSK ahead right now. I'd say they're around the same with Jabu being done and half of Forest.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's kind of still a bit of a toss-up between those, I guess.
Actually, no, I've changed my mind. GSK doesn't have the boomerang, so I'd say Zeph is in the lead, just in terms of item locations.
Yeah. Yeah, GSK, I could see just orphaning the valley for quite a long time, and with that kind of leading into Kikiri Sword, that's going to hurt him, definitely.
Well, they've already got the Kikiri Sword, because they dipped into the fountain.
Oh, right.
So they've done Deku Tree, they have their Kikiri Sword, so as long as GSK does progression all the way up until Valley, it's okay. And there was nothing in Jabu, so it's not like doing that is required as such.
Yeah, it's just a sword in the fountain that's the big prize there. Yes, the Tawny hints did change, so as B. Luigi points in chat there, 4-way the hero hints. The always hints are the same as before, so Skulls, Bigoron, Frog, Skull Mask, OOT, and 4 sometimes hints, and no Baron hints. We've removed those entirely.
Alright, Necro now heading over to Jabu, finally getting their letter. Zeph will very soon have their first hook shot. Always feels bad. The amount of times you get like a hook shot on skulls, and you grind a load of skulls, it's like, right, it's going to take a while, let's grind all these skulls out. And then when you're like just a few skulls away, you find the other one. It happens so often.
Yeah, it is a pain, especially when at this point the dungeons start opening up, like adult dungeons, where obviously you get a lot of skulls basically for free on your way through, and would end up then being a much more efficient way to actually get up to your 4C. But it does feel a bit bad. You don't really want to have to do a load of the child soil patch skulls if you can avoid it, because those ones are pretty damn slow compared to like adult dungeon ones and other ones you can get in the overworld.
I'll never forget getting all the way up to 44 skulls when there was a bow on 50, and eventually finding another bow in Ice Cavern. I was like, oh my god, it feels horrendous. It won't feel too bad here, because at least both hook shots are required, so it's not like they've wasted much time. They are going to need those skulls anyway.
Yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. It's just a little bit of a nuisance. Yeah, I've one seed, and I'll always remember this damn seed. It was Iron Boots on 50 skulls, and that bottlenecks like the entire seed. Like, you could not avoid it. Like, there were no dungeons available. You had to get those Iron Boots from like just basically doing every single overworld skull there was to get the damn things, and then going to Water Temple, and then there was, I can't remember what it was now, but I think it was like Hammer or Bomb Bag or something in Water Temple. It was absolutely horrendous. One of the worst seeds I've ever rolled, and that was not a race seed, that was just one of my own.
Oh, Zeph going all the way to the back of Deku Tree to get skulls here. That is some dedication.
Ooh, that is
You don't often see
dedication,
this. Especially having
that-
just got the hook shot, they can now get some really easy skulls. But nope, choosing to just commit, get as many as they can, as fast as they can, get that long shot. They can then do water at that point, of course. As soon as they get that long shot, water is doable.
It is, yeah. Good to get that cleared, I guess. That will give us, well, it almost gives us Nocturne check as well. Certainly puts us closer to it.
Yeah, they can get 4 medallions with just straight progression at this point. Go and do forest, go and do water. So they are feeling good in terms of progression. Still no Strength 2 or Mirror Shield for Spirit Temple. Still no Magic for Shadow Temple.
And no Nocturne.
Oh, of course, yeah, and Nocturne.
Although we've got Ice Cavern open to us now, and that could be Nocturne.
It could be. It is probably a gamble they're going to have to make. I don't think we're going to get knowledge either way of what's there, and no real logic's going to help us. So they might just need to make that gamble of Ice Cavern, or wait and find the items from to do Spirit. But maybe those items are in Ice anyway.
Yeah, it could well be. I think Ice is definitely looking like a strong play right now.
Yeah.
For the song, as well as potentially the items in that area. And of course, for any of the runners who have not picked up Kikiri Sword yet, it's the Kikiri Sword as well if they go up to that area. And that is definitely worth having for this seed. Right, I'm going to go sneak off and make a cup of tea real quick. I'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Okie doke. How to tell you're on a stream with 2 Brits. One of them goes for a cup of tea. So Hamster now getting their letter again. He's catching up a little bit on item requirements. Still a little bit behind, I would say. Their routing hasn't been super optimal, so I have to skip things that would have really excelled them. Necro is finishing off Jabu. A little bit behind Zeph and GSK overall. Did take a while to find their letter. Zeph arguably a little ahead because just having the boomerang over GSK, which they might struggle to find. And GSK now heading into the bowels of Forest Temple. No troll long shot on Ganon today. We know where the long shot is, but we could find something else I've found on Ganon. Now, I wonder if GSK is going to head to Ganon's castle after this. Of course, they can't go to Jabu because they don't have the boomerang, so no immediate progression for them. So they could go Ganon's castle, or they could really try and grind out the rest of those skulls. Pick up that long shot and then go and do Water Temple. Also, I did miss an item earlier. I said that we only needed magic for Shadow. We also need the hovers. No sign of those right now. Oh, and this is okay. It's Ganon's castle from Zeph, and there's Strength 2 in Forest. So that brings us down to 3 required items. Other than light arrows, of course. So that's going to be pretty good for GSK. They can now go into Spirit Temple. They can't finish it, but the mirror good place. Scale, yeah, Scale I think has to be Way the Hero. Because we already found a Zora Tunic. And we know there's another wallet on 30 skulls, so I'm almost certain that it is the Scale. So Lab Dive essentially has got to be a bit of a rush at this point. It has to be Lab Dive. There's nothing else it can be for that I know of. There's no logic shenanigans with Zora River or Jabu or anything like that. We know Tektite is dead, so it almost has to be for Lab Dive. Did Zeph go to Ganon's castle and then immediately leave? Strength 2 was in the basement of Forest Temple. That's GS Kate. Serenade here for Hamster. They are going to hand in their letter. Probably going to see Ice Cavern from Hamster. Wouldn't surprise me. We'll see if they choose to do the fairy before they go to Ice at this point. If they do, then they've got Deku Tree on the cards. If they don't, then Ice might just be the play for them. Just got the OUC skull. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'd been surprised if they headed into Ganon's castle when they've got progression just open to them. I'm also surprised they're not doing Forest at this point. Very surprised, because that is essentially the rest of the skulls they might need. So it seems forcing these skulls may be a little overkill, personally. Dins was on the archway in Desert Colossus. Which is almost certainly why Rec Room is where the hero. Of course, there was also a key in Child's Spirit, so doubly required. As such, Hamster handing in the letter. They are going to go and potentially pick up their Kikiri sword here, so that's very good for them. Intrigued to see where Zeph is going. Probably just finishing off their Way of the Hero Dodongo's Cavern. If they're in the area, maybe? $38 for Zeph.
I have returned.
Welcome back. You've missed Strength 2 in Forest.
Ooh. Nice. Whereabouts was that?
In the basement area. So Zeph is on 38 skulls now, heading into their Way of the Hero Dodongo's Cavern. Just going to finish that off. Going to be fairly upset when they don't find anything other than a wallet. But they are almost at 40 skulls.
Here's a question. Did we ever get the 20 skull turn in?
I don't know. Did Hamster just pick up the spooky mask?
Maybe. I'm not going to do anything with it because he's going adult, but apparently he really wants that bunny hood speed up.
Okay. I really hope for their sake that the bunny hood isn't toggled off. Because after all this, I'm going to get the bunny hood. If they do, then they're going to be pretty pissed.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out, but yeah, so my understanding is that it was originally turned off, so unless it's been turned on again,
yeah.
since
it was
I was told
originally
that.
turned off, and then about 4 days ago, I asked Trez to update the settings string to turn it on, so I'm not sure if it was updated.
I suppose I can check what the seed page says.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could always just roll a new seed, see if bunny hood's on. Load the string.
Here it is, yeah, Fast Bunny Hood is enabled, so Hamster will get the speed up if he completes the quest. Not sure it's going to be worth it, but at least he gets something.
Zeph now on 39 skulls, almost at that.
Nearly there.
Yeah. I thought GSK would have headed into Ganon's castle, honestly, but looks like they're just trying to essentially do what Zeph is doing and get the skulls at this point.
I think GSK is probably thinking Dodongos as well. He's not done that yet.
Oh yeah, of course they also need to finish it as well. Oh, GSK just in time for that gold skull.
Can he get it through the rock though? Can he get this hookshot thing, which is a little bit tricky to line up? There it is.
Yeah, B pointing out that this is actually their first dip into Dodongo's Cavern. Doesn't even have the Way of the Hero scale.
We've still not seen lab dive from anyone, have we?
Yeah. Somehow, despite seeing a double dip of D earlier, we have another dip an hour and a half in.
It's never-ending DC, apparently.
Right.
We've got hands to go for Ice Cavern now, so...
Oh, Necro? Oh, right, thank God for that. I thought he was going to leave without getting sword, but I think he's just getting the extra skull.
He's just getting the skull,
well.
yeah.
Oh, boy. Of course, Hamster is now going to get that. Unfortunately, handed it in earlier, but did not get the sword. So they're going to get the sword now. Feel a bit annoyed.
Yeah, especially since Hamster already went to Kikiri Forest.
Yeah.
And lost Wisdom of that earlier.
Yeah, I think
going to make a second trip.
Hamster has suffered
Third
with
trip.
some really unfortunate routing decisions. It's really bit him a bit.
Yeah, it's not ideal. I mean, it's making decent progress, kind of in spite of that, but
Yeah.
it's definitely cost him some time here.
And at just about at the same time, Necro also going to get their butter knife. Zeph finishing DC, finding out that it was in fact garbage, and the scale is way the hero, but at least it gives them an immediate area to go to, i.e. the lab dive, now that they've got that hook shot.
Yeah, hook shot on irons, so it's all in play.
Have they got 40 skulls, or is it still on 39?
Well, Zeph could get the one on top of Impa's house. So
yeah,
that'd be 40.
No, they would have already done that. They didn't have hook shot, so that would be their 40th. Nothing that I can see in the fountain for Hamster other than the Kikiri sword, so are now going to head into ice. So we will get our first indication of whether we need to head here for Nocturne.
Yep, if Nocturne's here, then it's hard required. If not, it's Opponents, which could still be potentially required to get to GTG. We don't have a logical way to get over there yet. Well, actually, no, we do. Tell a lie, because we've got long shot and logic at this point.
Yeah. Hour and a half in, so I'd like to thank again our trackers of B Luigi, Prince Sidon, Purple, and Rogue Copter for joining us in this so far wild ride. And there is skull number 40 for Zeph. Let's get that long shot. And I guess see if anything is on 20, so I don't think they actually checked it.
Yeah, I don't think Zeph's had it in yet, so what have we got?
Yeah, but we did see a bottle of milk.
Milk. Wonderful.
There is a long shot. Are they going to go pick up their wallet? It makes sense.
Yeah, looks like it.
There it is.
Nothing that can be useful for, but nice to have, I guess.
So when you think about it, essentially there was an item from 10 all the way to 40.
Yeah.
You know, a bottle of milk is still a bottle of milk. If you got to head to Ice Cavern, having an extra bottle is only a good thing.
Yeah, it does help. Yeah, three bottles is generally like the ideal. I think once you get to 4, that's more than you need at that point. Yeah. But yeah.
I think two is fine unless you need to get King's Aura. In that case, 3 is good. 3 is better, but you never really need 4. 4 is just a bit overkill.
Yeah, if with 4 you'd spend more time re-equipping bottles than you'd actually gain from being able to carry more blue fire. So
exactly.
It doesn't actually help.
All right, Water Temple. We have our first dip into Water Temple. At 1 hour and 33, we have 40 skulls. That's not bad going.
I'd say that's pretty good, yeah. And Zeph's going to be able to full clear this dungeon, apart from the Song of Time check in the river. Actually, no, we've got Song of Time.
No, they've got Song of Time.
Yeah, we got that ages ago. That was a windmill. That was the first thing we got, pretty much, wasn't it? We started in Windmill.
One of the unfortunate things about Water Temple right now is that they don't have hover boots, and it sucks. Coming into Water Temple where it hovers sucks.
Yeah, it's not very nice. Logically, of course, it doesn't do anything at all, but you prefer to have hovers available, really. It just makes this dungeon a lot smoother. And hovers could be here, who knows?
Yeah, sure could.
Maybe Zeph will get lucky here. Just a key to start with, though.
Nice purple bomb shoes. I approve. Alright, well, we have 3 dungeons on screen at the minute. Icefoot, Hamster. Oh, a really early boss key. That's pretty good.
Ooh, that's nice.
I'm wondering if GSK has pressed the wrong button on their Wii again.
Apparently so.
Or whether they VC crashed.
I don't think there was a crash. Or did he crash?
I don't
know. Saying he crashed. I hope he doesn't lose too much progress then.
Yeah, I agree.
Do not want to see that.
1 medallion. Oh dear.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh, GSK.
I think that might be a forfeit. They've got to do all of Forest again. And God knows what else. Oh,
yeah, they lost their right medallion. They've not got Forest. Yeah. They've not got that strength.
I can't even imagine how much time that is. That's 25, 30 minutes?
I think so, yeah. Probably about that.
Oh, dearie me. Well, you know what? I wouldn't blame them if they forfeited. Looks like they're going to try and continue, but you know, you've got to feel really bad for that sort of situation. It's never good when you get a VC crash. I'm hoping they're not just finishing because they're on restream. You know, at the end of the day, if they wanted, I'd forfeit after that, so I wouldn't blame them. But
I definitely forfeited for less than that happening to me. Thankfully, crashes are slightly less common on emulator, but I've had them a few times.
Yeah, very
VC crashes you can't do anything about, of course, they just happen.
Yeah. Especially with Forest Temple, like, you can't even speed that up. Like, that's just another, at least a 10 to 15 minute slog. So essentially, it puts them about 40 minutes behind, which is just horrible. Oh, they're only on 15 skulls?
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god. Oh, dearie me. Oh, wow, that is opponents in ice. Oh, that's gross. That is
so
not
Nocturne is vanilla.
Oh, this feels really rough for GSK, honestly.
It does, yeah. Not good at all.
Yeah, again, hopefully they're not feeling obliged to just continue because they're on restream, because that is so much time.
Nothing will shoot the sun there, so...
Yeah, hopefully Zeph shows this... oh, they're not going to lab dive.
Interesting.
Ooh, very interesting. I'm wondering if they're thinking wallets or they've just forgot.
Maybe they've forgotten, yeah. It's a little bit of a tricky one to kind of keep a track on, especially since Zeph got scaled pretty damn early. Might have gone out of their mind. Yeah, go do Forest Temple, which, fair enough, it needs to be done.
And Necro getting their first hook shot. Hamster now has the Kokiri sword, so is going to be able to go into the Deku tree as well and also find their first hook shot, so they're going to feel quite relieved, considering they are quite far behind on skulls.
Yeah, I suppose not quite as far behind as GSK is now, but...
No, you got to feel real bad for them.
Yeah, GSK was doing really well as well with this seed, up till that point. Really nasty thing to happen. I wonder how long it's going to take for people to break the habit of doing Broken Stick for Goma. Just saw Necro do it there. You don't need to do this anymore. There is never ever going to be a reason to do Broken Stick on this fight.
Who's winning at the moment? It would be Zeph. It was fairly close between GSK and Zeph. I'd say that Zeph had a lead anyway. But now that they've lost about 45 minutes worth of progress due to the crash, it's almost certainly Zeph. With Necro being essentially a forest behind. So 20, I'd say Necro has a bit of a 20-minute lag on Zeph at this stage.
Yeah, I imagine Necro's probably going to be looking to do Forest pretty damn soon. This is only progression dungeon that's actually open right now, till it gets to 40 skulls.
Yeah, I agree. Is the seed as bad as yesterday? No, it isn't. It's not the worst. We've got 40 skull hookshot, but thankfully there was another one in Deku Tree. But getting that hookshot was a bit of a slog.
Yeah, and of course I've acquired because of Water Temple, so you need to get it at some point.
Yes, indeed. But no prize for the winners of these. This is just a friendly weekly race. There's nothing on the line right now. We will have qualifiers for our tournament soon, but as of now, these are just friendly EU weeklies. Nothing but swag to gain on this one.
We don't have command to say what the spawns are, but child era at this time is like Hylia. Adult era, which we started with, is Goron City. We do still have OT, Song of Storms. Could be light arrows behind that. Could be mirror shields behind that.
Yeah, it could turn into a lot more of an awful seed than we thought. But again, the actual stones aren't that bad. All of them will have 2 of them done, essentially.
Yeah. And we know hover boots can't be behind AD. Or, well, they're not likely to be. Yeah,
Could be behind the hammer, though. That would be I think that's one of the big ways of turning this into a nasty seed is put the hovers in deep fire.
Yeah, that could definitely be mean.
Pretty disgusting, especially with that early boss key.
Yeah, because it starts with it like Fire Temple's actually probably just going to be useless, apart from maybe having to kill Vajja. But yeah, if it turns out you actually do need to go to deep fire to get an item, and yeah, go from there, it's going to be a bit of a nuisance. Still, we've got to find Mirror Shield still, we need to find Light Arrows, need to find a Magic Meter. That's, I guess, it for our progression dungeons.
Yeah, those the pesky hovers as well, of course, as you just mentioned. So yeah, not too far away. We do still have a potential lead as well in the lab dive. Might pay out. At least I'm fairly certain it has to pay out at this point.
Yeah, it should pay out. I suppose it could be something maybe a little bit stupid, but
I don't think there's many other stupid things it could be. Like, we've got Requiem, so lens. Even if you got the lens, it would be for treasure chest minigame, which would still lead to something. It can't be a tunic because we know where 2 wallets are. It can't be the gold scale because obviously you need that to get it. So yeah, I don't think it can be anything dumb.
Yeah, I think worst it could probably would be strength 3, needing us to go do light trial, but
yeah,
not like light trial's particularly bad. So
yeah, even then that's fine, honestly.
Yeah. It is interesting we've not seen anyone dip GT yet. It is probably not the most compact area when you don't have light trial available. I want to say it's 8 checks minus light trial.
Maybe less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. No, it is 8. No, you're completely right.
Yeah, I think it's 8 inside light trial and another 8 outside of it, but including validation chest on the climb. So yeah. Assuming, of course, you have the ability to get a Shadow Second Trust, which currently we don't, because we don't have magic.
Apparently Hamster clips through the Deku Tree web. Guess we'll leave that for race mods to decide if they want to do anything about it.
It's not a clip. I'm not sure how to describe it exactly. Essentially, what you can do is unload the web or force it to be loaded into the wrong state so that you can pass through it. I'm not actually sure what the ruling is on the standard rule set on that, whether it's allowed or not, but I can tell you it.
I don't think it's allowed. I think it's. Yeah. I don't think it's, generally it's just a bit of a don't do that. Waste a bit of time to make up for the time you would have spent doing it. So.
Yeah, I can tell you it's definitely not a clip, but that doesn't mean it's definitely allowed, because there's plenty of things like that look like clips but aren't clips but are still banned in standards. So it's not unloaded, it's just change. Basically, if you load in the Deku basement in a certain way, you can force the web above Goma to be in the same state as the web leading down to the basement, i.e. in that kind of collapsed state where Link's just jump through it. So that means it's kind of in a cone shape rather than a flat shape, and you can just fall down the edge of it. There is a video somewhere showing how the collision works and how that trick works. So you can see, find that video, and it'll kind of make it fairly clear at that point that it's not a clip or an actual unload or anything like that. So we've got 3 lots of Forest Temple now. And GSK, of course, still playing catch up. Heading for Deku Tree, I guess? If he can dodge the grotto, which he's already done. Yeah, it looks like GSK's going for the Deku Shield play, or I suppose the replay, technically.
Yeah,
but,
I was going to say they've already done this. It feels fairly bad, but at least they know what they can skip, and catching up won't be... Well, it's still going to suck, but...
Yeah, I mean, Deku Shield, well, there's a couple of items that need to get in here, but mainly the hook shot. I suppose he can skip the bow, because he's already got another one. Or I think he's got the other one. And you could skip Compass Rim. Because, well, I mean, GSK knows where Din's is. But he knows he can get the long shot, so there's no reason for him to get the fire arrows.
Nope.
So he can skip climbing up to Compass Rim.
Yeah, they realised upon bonking the door that, oh wait, I don't actually need to do this. Yeah, as Roadcopter pointing out, we have a triple forest, so it's going to be a bit of a snooze fest.
A little bit, yeah. Especially since Forest doesn't actually have anything. Well, apart from that strength right at the end.
Up to the basement. Get your ZSR sleeps in chat. It's one of those. Especially as we can't even look for GSK for new content because they're just catching up 40 minutes that they've lost. So it is just time to focus on progression, but nothing new for us today, unfortunately. It is what it is. Forest happens. Forest will always be Forest.
It will always be Forest until we can potentially allow Forest BK skip into Standard, which I don't think is going to happen because that one is very much 100% definitely a clip.
Yeah.
No arguments on that one. And there is our 5th hook shot. Not often you get to say that.
Seth is almost finished. 41 seconds on the green pole. Very nice execution for the speed of getting those blocks in the right place.
And he gets a double slash on the kill as well.
Very nice. Excellent execution. Of course, again, worth a reminder that anyone that's enjoying what they're seeing, give the runners a follow. As you can see, they are very, very good runners. These are definitely some of the top runners in the community right now. So give them a follow, give them a like, your support. We wouldn't have excellent races without these guys.
Indeed we wouldn't. We've got some pretty awesome people in the OoT community, OOTR as well, obviously. And yeah, should be getting some good races with the Season 4 qualifiers coming up.
Yes.
A lot of people are going to be starting to really push on the grind at this point to get themselves ready for that. So it's a good time to be...
See all 4 of these folks being in contention for that top 32 bracket, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd imagine they're all going to be likely to qualify for that, so certainly going to try their damnedest to do so. Right, GSK going to sort out Spirit Temple next, I think. Planting the bean, of course, to get Dins.
Pulling out the Keaton mask?
I just want to cheer himself up a bit with a Keaton mask.
Have a bit of fun at this point, I guess.
I mean, Keaton mask is the best item, let's be fair. Way cooler than the bunny mask. Or the bunny hood. It is Linkachu. No, that is definitely the pretty much what they were going for with that mask, I think.
And there is that strength too.
Yeah, we're going to have all our runners picking it up now, although GSK is going to have to pick it up again. Wonder if we might see Adult Spirit dip at some point from one of these runners. No Mirror Shield yet, of course, so can't clear it, but...
Yeah, I would definitely be inclined to do that. You've got Ganon's and Adult Spirit without Mirror as essentially the next best plays, in my opinion. Of course,
there's also GTG.
Yeah, GTG is a thing now that they have long shot, but again, Ice for potentially the song. Of course, we know it isn't the song, but they don't. And if everyone but Hamster knows that they're going to need to beat Spirit before they can go into Shadow. Of course, no sign of that hammer yet, so we don't know if all dungeons is going to be on the cards.
Yeah, I can see hammer maybe being in GT or GTG or something like that.
Yeah, it could well be.
One of the Gs.
and there it is. Shout-outs to Quadruple Forest, baby. We got it. The Quadfecta.
This is top-tier gameplay right here.
Yeah.
Alright, so what's Zeph's next move once they've cleared this dungeon out? They're going to go maybe dip into Spirit? Maybe do GGG? Maybe do Ice Cavern?
Yeah, it's a tough one to think. I think maybe Spirit, honestly. I think even if you don't have the Mirror Shields, you can still get Spirit done up to where you need to be. So it's not necessarily a bad play, just getting the progression done anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you do lose a bit of time having to double dip the place, because it's not particularly quick to get up to the top of it again, but...
This looks like Ganon's Castle. I can't see a reason to go child here, so I'd imagine it's Ganon's Castle. Yep.
Yeah, looks like that's
what we got.
What they're aiming for. Oh, this is a good play as well. 8 checks, as mentioned earlier. 7 at the moment, but...
Nothing wrong with this play. It's very fast checks as well. Ganon's Castle, what it has, well, if you have the right items, you could just smash through it. It does not take long at all.
Yeah, and if Zeph's thinking of doing Ice Cavern after this as well, they can pick up Blue Fire from the Water Trial in here, which will help a little bit in there. So here we go, here's the Rainbow Bridge. A bit earlier than scheduled.
Yeah. Well, saying that, he's got 4 medallions. You could have done this a little while ago, but...
Twice as many as he needs to actually get in here, but...
Here we go.
Yeah.
And this is probably my favourite change. I've been a big advocate of getting Ganon's Castle into the meta more for a long time, so I'm very happy to see Ganon's Castle actually getting some action.
Completely in agreement with you there. Ganon's Castle's got some very interesting logic behind it, with the different trials and all the items you need to get to them. And of course it means that Strength 3 becomes much less of a dove item. Because previously it was almost entirely impossible for Strength 3 to be really of any use, unless you got the really unlikely case of light arrows being stuck in Ganon's Castle, or outside Ganon's Castle being something useful in that fairy fountain. But yeah, we've got some interesting checks now with Spirit Trial here.
Zeph showing off the sort of bow extension there that you can skip needing the bomb shoes.
You are supposed to use a bomb shoe here. I think Zeph does have some still, but you can just use a bow instead. There's FW, that's not too bad.
No, you can actually leave that here if you find magic.
Yeah. That might be quite convenient, because presumably Zeph's going to do the climb to validation chest at the end of this.
Yeah, of course the one disadvantage of these settings is Wind in Ganon's Castle isn't as powerful as it was, because you need to go and get boss key from Temple of Time. It does make it a little less of an advantage. But it is still beneficial.
Yeah, and we've got Prelude, of course, so getting that boss key is not going to take them too much time once it's available.
No.
Alright, Shadow Trial, first chest. So another stick upgrade. I think that's all. I think we've seen all our stick and nut upgrades now.
Yeah, we have. Yeah. I think Hamza, Necro, and GSK will forgive us for not paying so much attention to their current progression as we focus on Zeph and the new checks here in Ganon's Castle.
Yeah.
Picking up some blue fire for, I guess,
Yeah,
just
it's
into
good.
Ice Cavern.
Yeah, it's got to be thinking Ice Cavern after this.
And there's some ice arrows. Very nice.
Very thematically appropriate.
Nehru's love. Oh, some blue magic!
It's blue magic.
Goodness gracious, that is incredible.
Perfect colour for that.
What a water trial that was. God damn. Okay, so that helps.
That definitely helps. Magic is huge find for Zeph here.
Yeah, we are
really,
now
really
down
useful.
to Hovers and Mirror Shield as our required items to go. We know that one of them is potentially in the lake. Of course, there could also be ice arrows. Not ice arrows, light arrows. So
Yeah,
I'm very interested to see when we get that lab dive tip. But yeah, that's a huge find in Ganon's Castle. And certainly makes the right choice of going here instead of Spirit early. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, at this point the Spirit dip becomes a lot nicer because you can sit FW there.
Absolutely, yeah. Just a heart piece on Shadow Trial. Second chest.
Okay, I think it's just Forest Trial left for Zeph to check now, and Validation, of course. Can't forget Validation chest. And yeah, Fire Arrows, definitely not Whale Hero. We can rule that one out now.
And Necro is out of Forest, so only down to 2. Let's see where Necro goes from here. Of course, they have not done water yet, so do still need the odd skull or 2 to get that long shot and finish it off. But not too far behind Zeph in this regard.
Yeah,
and I think that's partly down to the fact that Zeph really forced skulls when they could have got them just doing dungeons, whereas Necro's just got the last sort of 5 or 6 just doing forest.
Yeah, I think that kind of works to Necro's favour with how this is played out. Because, yeah, he didn't really need that second hook shot particularly early. It's not going to lead to anything too important, I suppose, unless there's something in Water Temple, but yeah. It seems to be the better way of dealing with that 40 skulls hook shot.
I agree. I'd put Necro maybe 6 or 7 minutes behind Zeph. We know that the boss key in water is very early. We've got Serenade. If they go to Ganon's Castle directly after it, then essentially tailing them.
Yeah, I think that's definitely like an amount of time Necro can catch up if he plays his cards right. So he's definitely still in the running here.
Okay, and this is the Spirit play. Obviously, no Mirror Shield. Rightfully pointed out, we do have Feral's Wind, so we can just easily set that in Spirit if we don't find the Mirror Shield. My concern is that Zeph does not and is not thinking about Lab Dive.
Yeah, it does seem to have just completely isolated that, even though he's got it open to him. So yeah, it's a bit worrying. Looks like Necro is actually maybe going for it. Is this the play?
Well, Necro is going for water. They've just picked up their long shot, so...
Yeah, is he going to do Lab Dive? Is he going to go for it?
I hope so. I really want someone to do Lab Dive soon.
Yeah. Doesn't like he's going for it straight away. He might do it after Water Temple, of course. So I'll wait and see on that front. Imagine if Lab Dive's got the hammer. I suppose the other worrying thing is, what if we have vanilla Mirror Shield?
I mean, that'd be great.
I think it's something that definitely could happen with the way the seal has gone. I suppose Mirror Shield vanilla would actually be slightly better than some of the other places it could be. Nice boss key. Zeph's not going to get locked out here. Shouldn't get locked out, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible to be locked out here because we saw all of the child checks, so there's no actually more keys we can get.
Yeah, there wasn't enough keys on child's side, so I think there has to be one here.
Yeah, agreed. I think in terms of bad locations that the Mirror Shield could be, I would say deep water. You know, we don't have a hammer right now, so fire is nasty, but I'd say the worst location would be deep water.
Deep water would be pretty nasty. Deep fire, of course, is always nasty, no matter what. The other one that could be a bit nasty is bottom of the well.
That would suck.
That would be a menace.
But thankfully, no hammer yet, so we can't get baited into all dungeons right now. We don't know where the hammer is.
We lab dive.
Yeah, Shadow. We did see Shadow Trial too. It was just a piece of heart.
Yeah, we've done everything that's possible to do in Ganon's Castle at the moment. Everything else is locked behind Strength 3, so I won't be seeing that again for a while.
Spirit Trial 8. What?
I think Shadow's probably thinking Light Trial.
Light Trial.
Yeah. We need strength. We need gold gauntlets for doing Light Trial, and we do not have those yet.
Yeah, we've seen Shadow Trial second chest, just to be clear. We've seen it, and it was nothing. Double Spirit. Let's see if Necro manages to join Zeph and Hamster in Spirit Temple when they finish water. For a triple Spirit.
Yeah, I guess Necro is probably heading for Morpher. I don't know.
I mean, Necro's just got the boss key, so I'm fairly sure they are heading there. Unfortunately, Necro lowered the water, whereas Zeph didn't, so I'm going to lose a little bit of time on that one. Hamster is now in Spirit Trial. Of course, Hamster is missing quite a few items and quite a few skulls. And props to GSK, who is still slogging after their VC crash. We should be talking about them essentially being right behind Zeph. Unfortunately, we can't because of that crash, so hopefully they just continue to chip away at the seed and catch up as best they can. Is there somebody near the end? Not such. 2 items from Go Mode. We need Mirror Shield and Hover Boots.
Still a way to go here. Until we've got Mirror Shield, we're going to be closed off from doing the rest of this seed, so...
Indeed.
Yeah, I think Zeph's still got the lead here. Necro's not too far behind, but still needs to catch up a bit.
Yeah, if Necro goes to Ganon's Castle after this, I think they're not far behind at all. Nice grab by Necro there. Gonna get the snipe in the door frame.
Oh, it's not vanilla Mirror Shield. I'm so disappointed.
Alas.
It's a small key though, so Zeph can go up and check the boss key chest.
Speaking of bad locations, welcome Felix to the chat, who had a wonderful time in yesterday's NA Weekly. And yeah, this is the last check-in Spirit here for Zeph, so I don't think we're going to see triple Spirit unless Necro makes a mad dash to it right now. Hamster going to continue for a little while. Doesn't have the long shot, but that shouldn't stop them from getting to the same place as Zeph is. Just, unfortunately, no Fool's Wind. So,
yeah, and no magic, of course. So Hamster's definitely not going to be able to have the same warp song advantage that Zeph has. And Hamster, of course, still doesn't have the boomerang, which is definitely going to be something that bites him later if he's not careful.
Just a ton of money for Zeph there. Nothing else in Spirit. So still on the hunt for our Mirror Shield. Necro, please go and do Lab Dive.
Yeah, do it for the people.
Please. Oh no, go and do Lab Dive.
Oh man. Why is nobody doing that dive? I mean, come on, it's right there. Go, just finish your lake. Finish your lake Hylia. You're in the area. Yeah. You just do it.
Unfortunately, doing Spirit before Ganon's Castle, so again, like Hamster, is not going to be able to leave Thrall's Wind in Spirit. Yep, nothing wrong with this play. I think choosing between Spirit and Ganon's Castle is a 50-50. There's nothing wrong with it. It is progression, so yeah, it makes sense. That's a loud car. And nothing else in the Goron knees. But shout out to fast boulder lifts. Alright, Zeph, what's the play? GSK finally catching up on being Forest. I endeavor them to save their game. So... if they VC crash again, I'm just going to go and just give up. It's okay. Yeah, GSK was essentially second, I would say, behind Zeph, but had like 45-minute VC crash. So... Alright, this is Ice for Zeph, so this is going to put Necro ahead if they choose to ignore it. Yeah, potentially. I can't see Necro skipping it because of Nocturne. Nocturne is a 50-50, and Necro will have everything for it once they go to Ganon's Castle. So, well, I say everything. They won't have hovers, but... Exactly, yeah. So forgetting that, unfortunately, King Zora was dead, so of a bottle of blue fire. And CSK back up to 33 skull tokens. Props to them. Only 7 to go. They might actually still get the long shot before Hamster. Okay, Hamster deciding that there's nothing else. Well, I say deciding, confirming that there's nothing else in Spirit Temple. So gonna leave. Looks like a reverse wasteland here. So we could our first G. Nope, not a bad play. We know that there is a magic in Ganon's Castle. We don't know if it's the only magic. There could be another one in GTG, alongside the Mirror Shield or another strength. Yeah, I do not know why people aren't doing it, but again, the Dodongo's Wath was awkward, and maybe they've just forgot, honestly. All right, Hamster. Let's see what we've got coming up in the Fortress and GTG area. Of course, Hamster is currently with Epona's song. Zeph will have it fairly soon, but if we find something on horseback archery, that will put him in a decent spot. Yeah, we can hope. Yeah. Does Hamster have the long shot yet? Shout out to that fire slug on Necro's screen. Excellent photo bomb. GSK only on half a heart. Needs to be a little careful not to die here. Yeah. I mean, you can get trolled by the bats. Yeah, going for it. Better safe than sorry. I've already seen one death on GSK's side. Don't want to see another. Yeah.
I forgot to unmute my mic in OBS.
How long have you been muted?
I have no idea. I didn't even know it. God only knows.
Did you go for a cup of tea and then not unmute? Have I honestly been talking to you, but the chat has been thinking that I've been talking to myself for like 40 minutes?
I do not know, honestly. I don't think I have a hotkey bound to mute or unmute, so unless I just accidentally clicked it or something, I don't know.
Chat, how long have I been talking to myself? About 5 minutes ago.
Okay, so it's either 5 minutes or it's 2 hours, according to chat.
Right, okay. I was going to say, because if it sounds like I've just been talking to myself the entire time, this is going to be a really weird restream to watch back.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thankfully nothing like particularly important in those 2 minutes, so we've not lost too many insightful moments or whatever. Yeah. Well, I tend to have many of those.
Content. Alright, there's the third bow on Hamster's side. Necro area, so has avoided both Ganon's Castle and Ice Cavern. Zeph are going to find their opponent's song right now. We'll see. I imagine they're going to head to GTG almost straight away. So we could get a triple GTG here.
We could do, yeah. It's definitely feeling like the play at this point.
Alright, top of the fortress. Let's have a peek. Necro is the only one of Zeph and Hamza and Necro who that are going to be in the area without opponents. So if there is anything on horseback archery, they're going to suffer a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be a little bit unfortunate. But that's the risk I suppose you take when you do this before Ice Caverns, so we'll see. Could go either way, really, because Ice Cavern was pretty much useless apart from opponents. So if it doesn't lead to anything good, then skipping Ice Cavern will be more of an advantage here. Zeph going for big pose. Alright, what's the home action got? Just a heart piece. So, not the answer today. GSK sorting out Todongo's cavern now.
Yeah,
I guess he didn't.
I think they've just about caught up now.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think they must not have done this earlier, because otherwise, why would they be doing it now? It doesn't really make much sense to get that wallet.
Yeah,
well, I suppose unless GSK is going for the All Dungeons play.
No, I'm fairly sure this is where GSK crashed. It was at the end of Dodongo's cavern.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. I hope GSK's saved.
Oh, there's another magic in GTG. Ooh, I called it.
Spicy. Ooh.
So Ganon's going to be completely unrequired here, which might save Necro a bit of time.
That's a definite possibility here. It's going to bail out Hamza and Necro a little bit.
Could still, I mean, I'm still fairly certain, unless we find another item in GTG here, that Necro is going to go to Ganon's castle after this. I'd be very surprised if that didn't happen.
Yeah, you might be right there.
But then at that point, what have we got left?
After Ganon's castle? Yeah, it's starting to look a bit quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much just deep water, right? I mean, I know we've got Lab Dive.
Yeah,
hopefully break open. Oh, there's Mirror Shield! Mirror Shield as well, oh shit.
Never mind everything, man, that's the play. GGG, get the Mirror Shield, go do Spirit. That is a very big find.
So just like that, Necro might be in the lead.
Yeah, Zeph's heading that way now as well, so not going to be too far behind on picking up that Mirror Shield.
Yeah, and Zeph does have Feror's Wind, so they can easily get back up to the top of the Spirit, whereas Necro will just have to climb a bit. Bet for Hover Boots? Yeah, let's get a bet for Hover Boots, Din, and first person to bet Lab Dive. Although, to be fair, Lab Dive could just be Light Arrows. There is no indication that
that's a possibility, yeah.
Yeah, it could be Light Arrows, could also be Hammer.
Alright, so we want to bet on Hovers.
Nah, we'll just bet now, and then once we find out what Lab Dive is, another bet. It's fine. It's fine.
Right, hold on. Nearly there. And open bets. Here we go. Where are the hover boots? Get your bets in. The rule is, if everyone gets it wrong, I am the official winner. That's the rules. I don't make the rules, except sort of I do, because I'm a restreamer, so there. Deal with it.
Well, thankfully B was the first person to immediately lose, so that's one person wrong.
There's Necro picking up the magic, and Zeph's gonna show us what's on horseback archery. Now, I think this change has gone through now, where you can get both 1,000 and 1,500 in the same go, is that right?
Yeah, you're right. If you do get 1,500 in the first try, you get both rewards.
Yeah, so you don't have to do this twice now, as long as you don't mess up your rate.
Oh, there's the hammer as well! The hammer's in...
Oh boy. Okay, well that's our Oops All Dungeons play available now.
Alright, so the hammer's not on Lab Dive.
No. I wonder what the hell it is on Lab Dive. Maybe it's Light Arrows.
Or just the hover boots.
Or the hovers, yeah.
Oh boy. Or they're in the well.
Or the well, yeah.
I think we really as much as I'd like the hover boots being in the well at this stage, I'm almost certain it's not going to be. And there's strength 3! What is this GTG? Holy shit.
That is a super stat GTG.
God damn.
My goodness. Don't know if that strength 3 is really going to be useful, though. I mean...
No, it might not be, but it will help Necro and Hamster, because obviously they've not been to Ganon's castle, so that will feel like a much better
It'll give them, it'll give them more to check there, but it's also going to cost them more time in that dungeon, so it's not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah, Toxic, we don't know if fires hover locked. We know the boss key is on the first check, but we have no real idea, because the hammer will potentially show us some keys.
Yeah, hammer locks everything else in Fire Temple, so we can't tell at this point. It's probably hover boots locked, but not able to confirm it. Right, I very much hope Hamster does not skip Boomerang at this point. If we can get Boomerang here, then he's not going to be too far behind, but if he skips it now, goodness knows when he's going to come back for it.
Thing is, he's now got a lot to chase. So he could just choose to warp straight to Spirit.
Well, hopefully he does that after doing Valley. That's all I can say at this point.
What would be quite funny here is if GSK was actually the first person to check Lab Dive. Because they are now doing Water Temple, so maybe they're just going to head on over that checked for. Because I'm legitimately concerned that no one else has done it.
Yeah, it's just so bizarre, really.
Yeah, because Necro and Zeph have done water, and if they know that DC is Way the Hero and they only got Scale and Wallet, and it can't be the wallet, then I see really no reason to not have done it already.
Yeah, I mean, the only mild reason, I suppose, is the fact that it's not in logic. So it's not gold scale, but...
Who cares about that, really?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't seem sensible to put it off just because it's not in logic. It's so easy to check. I mean, you got Serenade, you can get there so quickly. And Zeph's going to be the first one to have double magic here. So the goal for this race is basically collect 6 medallions to beat Ganon. So they need the items in order to beat the dungeons that are medallion locked. So Jabu, Shadow, Spirit Forest, and Water Temple in this case are the 5 we need to clear. And then he's going to be Ganondorf and Ganon. So at this point, we've got most of the items we need to actually beat the game, but we're still missing hover boots and light arrows before we can clear it.
Shout out to GSK, by the way, who is continuing Water Temple.
Yeah, it's a bit of a black sheep player, I suppose, this one.
Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful mirror shield. Look at that. Wonderful. And they're not even staying in GTG.
Just so immediately bailing there, yeah.
Okay, well, I hope they don't need the hammer.
Hopefully not. That mirror shield as well goes perfectly with that tunic.
That's a terrific mirror shield.
That's some lovely fashion coordination we got going on there. Yeah, also Zeph's bailing on strength 3, which... I mean, Zeph's already dipped GT Grand Sour, so I don't know whether we want to do it again, but...
Alright. Hamster has seen the boomerang and has just been reminded that Dodongo's Cavern is Way of the Hero. And you can see on their face, they are like, hang on a minute, what the hell was Way of the Hero in Dodongo's Cavern? They are really contemplating what that Way of the Hero was. And if they don't remember that there was a scale in there, they are in trouble. And they're playing Requiem.
Yeah, Hamster can't actually get to the boomerang, but yeah, well, at least knows it's there, so he can go grab it as a child at some point.
That is also a lovely mirror shield. Look at that. But clearly, that Dodongo's Cavern Way of the Hero did not remind them that it was the scale, because they were right next to Lab Dive.
That's true, yeah. Well, not right next to it, but close enough.
30 seconds away, let's put it that way. just missing the jump there. Can also tell it's winter because we've gone from being able to see GSK 2 hours ago to it being pitch black.
Winter is definitely coming.
Alright, and there is another slight change to this build. Twin Rover do not automatically start as soon as you enter the room. They start as soon as you get on top of the area there and then spawn.
Yeah, designed to make this fight slightly less trolly, because otherwise you can end up getting hit by one of the spells before you even get on the platform, which is not very nice when it happens. Double D's in Spirit Temple.
Wonderful. That'll be pretty useful for GSK, who has skipped every heart container since the last hour and a half.
Yeah, that's the one disadvantage, I guess, for his catch-up period. Yeah, Zeph's just gone beeline straight for the boss here, hasn't bothered with any of the checks. Might go back for them once he clears Spirit, might just go in again and finish up the checks, I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't even leave, I mean, obviously they didn't leave it because they were going to use it to Spirit, but they didn't leave for All's Wind, so going back there now is pretty crap. So if there's nothing in Spirit, they are a little screwed.
Just a bit screwed, yeah, I have to see.
But they at least they'll get Nocturne, you know, so they can now dip Shadow.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Maybe Zeph will actually go do Lab Dive after this. Maybe he's banking on that having hover boost, and then he'll just be able to play mode the rest of this.
If Zeph has remembered that, maybe he's like, GTG gave me mirror, I only need hovers, I've got scale way of the hero.
Oh, he missed one of the reflections there.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So gonna need to wait 3 more cycles. That's the thing when you use the hook shot to try and speed this up. You can just press the wrong inputs and completely mess this up.
Yeah, the hook shot will save you time, but if you get it wrong, then you lose a lot of time waiting for the cycle.
Meanwhile, Hamster and Necro are essentially neck and neck. Although Hamster choosing to not do the boss yet. There might be another check or two they haven't done.
Probably the fire lock checks, I guess. What are you going for here?
Oh, no,
still collecting skull slits as well.
Yeah. Do you see that Scarecrow song? Do you see that mess?
That's pretty messy.
36 skulls. So yeah, GSK is genuinely, potentially... No, yeah, because GSK's already got the long shot. Still managed to get the long shot.
Yeah.
Despite resetting to 15 skulls. So shout outs to GSK for their skull efficiency. That's for sure. Okay, and our first fire medallion of the race on the restream. So Zeph now has access to Nocturne. They do not have hovers. We are still looking for hovers. And this is the Serenade play. Is it Lab Dive time?
Come on, it's got to be Lab Dive time. We've waited long enough. Show us what this damn item is.
Give me the goods. And if it's light arrows, I will laugh quite heartily.
I think it's probably time to close the bet as well.
Heck yeah.
We'll give it 30 seconds. If you've got any last minute bets for our hover boots location, get them in now.
Apparently,
We'll close it as soon as Zeph goes through the door here.
Hamster seems to be lagging the restream. We're ahead, apparently. I'm seeing Zeph currently shoot a Gwei. I'm not sure about everyone else.
Yeah, he's doing top of the lab for me at the moment as well. I would refresh, but I don't really want to do it right before Zeph's about to do this really important check. So
I agree. Yeah,
I'll refresh in a minute or so.
I will wait 2 seconds until Zeph gets this. I will see the item, I'll wait 2 seconds, and then I'll scream.
Toxic memeing on us.
Classic.
What have we got? I don't have to worry about being ahead because I'm seeing what OBS is seeing, so I will be on time with this. And it actually freaking is the freaking hover boots.
It's the hovers, baby.
Hover boots were on lab dive, and that puts Zeph into glow mode.
But we don't know where the light arrows are.
Yeah, still
So
gotta find those.
let's get a new bet, everyone.
Right, well, hold
Where
on
are
first.
those light arrows?
I need to assign the winners first. So, obviously, we did have a couple of guesses for lab dive. It was kind of an obvious one.
Every sensible person should have betted lab dive. I didn't.
We yeah, how many people do we have bet lab? I think we only have 3 people. So the winner for the premium is Felix, who got in first, and then Bleeding Edge Toe. So, congrats to both of you. Technically an easy guess, I suppose, but yeah. Alright, let's clear that out.
Light arrows, however, could be anywhere.
They certainly could.
And I am particularly looking forward to them being in the bottom of the well. And if they are, that is actually really bad for Zeph, because they skipped the hammer.
Yeah. Or it could be a nitrile, which would also be bad for Zeph, because they also skip strength 3. Alright, bets open again. This time light arrows. Still the same rule, get it wrong, I win. I've still got another chance to win this. Yeah, Zeph's gonna dip, well, not dip, full clear Shadow Temple here. If Zeph's lucky, light arrows might be in shadow. Just on his route, so he can grab them, go kill Ganon, and be done with this. But
Yeah. I think it's fairly sensible. Like I definitely wouldn't criticize Zeph for leaving GTG after finding that mirror shield. There was a bit of a concern that they've just genuinely forgot about the lab dive. But obviously they remembered that lab dive was required.
Yeah.
The chances of hovers being there was pretty high. So actually leaving when you got the mirror was pretty decent. Because at that point you only need light arrows, and Ganon will tell you where they are anyway.
Yeah, if lab dive had proven to be the actual light arrows in that case, then it wouldn't have worked out for Zeph at all.
Yeah, it was essentially a 50-50.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a risk, but I mean, he could have got back to GTG, of course, if he needed to, so it wasn't too bad of a play. Alright, I guess I should refresh the streams now and hopefully get the delay a bit more even. There we go.
I'm going to assume he didn't find the light arrows, because I didn't see him open that chest.
Oh yeah, I guess we skipped over that one. Hopefully it wasn't light arrows.
So we can't officially
because
say that B's bet was wrong, because we didn't see it.
We'll see in a moment, because he's going to have to equip bombs in a sec, so we'll see what his inventory screen says.
Alright, GSK is heading towards Adult Lake, so is potentially going to find their hovers as well. Hamster is wrapping up overworld checks at this point. If they did see the boomerang, I'm a little lost as to why they didn't go and get it at this point, and just go and get their boomerang and be finished. Shout outs to the person that just donated $17 to GSK. I think they deserve it after the slog they've gone through.
Definitely deserved. That's an interesting gift choice there as well. Everyone's got their tastes, of course. What's Necro doing?
Child
planting the
spirit?
bean? Yeah, planting the bean.
Oh yeah, just the bean, I was going to say.
Still hasn't planted this yet. I think he did Child Spirit. And out fishing just a Deku Shield, so that's not helpful to us. But we know Lab Dive's helpful. Hopefully GSK has not forgotten about it.
Nope. Necro are gonna go get their Dins and join Zeph in Shadow Temple. Of course, we still don't know if Necro knows about Lab Dive.
I suppose not. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember where the hint was in the end of it.
Well, the hint for Dodongo's Cavern was in Gerudo Valley, so they've definitely got it because they got the root.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It's just whether or not they've realized. Looks like this is a Ganon's Castle play, which has me a little concerned that they don't know about the Lab Dive.
And it kind of makes sense. Necro's got gold gauntlets from clear everything here.
Yeah, but if they knew that Lab Dive is a thing, then they wouldn't go here because they know that they're only one item away, and that could just be there. So I'm now concerned Necro doesn't realize that Lab Dive is a thing.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, to be fair though, Gold Scale could be here. I reckon Light Trial's probably a fairly likely place for it to turn up.
Could be, but that's potentially not going to point them towards Lab Dive.
Yeah, if they don't remember it, then yeah, they may not think to do it. But I mean, Gold Scale, I think has to be. I mean, we know it has to come into Logic before Shadow Temple.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's got to be somewhere close, and Ganon's Castle's looking fairly likely for that.
Yeah, could be somewhere arse though, like Fire Temple.
Could be, yeah. What was Hammer again?
Hammer was in GTG.
Yeah.
GSK now has the hovers, by the way, so they're going to pick up their Dins. Do still need a magic. So we'll see if they head to Ganon's or GTG. Either one of them is a good choice, but GTG is the best choice because it also has the Mirror Shield.
Yeah, I mean, GSK could easily go for a reverse wasteland play here.
Yeah, it would definitely be a good one. Looks like they're choosing to do Spirit first.
Okay, go for the dip. Kind of makes sense.
Hamster finally gets their long shots, so can now go and do Water Temple. We'll see if they remember about Lab Dive. They are definitely the person who read that hint at the latest, so they might remember it. That's the thing with Way of the Heroes that aren't just straightforward. You do need to sort of... If you don't write it down sometimes, or just put it on a note somewhere, you can just forget.
Yeah, and if you get distracted just by, just general work on the seed, then you might not stop to actually think about what your Way of the Heroes were, what items you got, and stuff like that. It can be easy to lose track of that when you're playing the seed, so... Yeah, if that happens, then you may end up not working out or not realising what your best play is, which can easily cost a lot of time, of course.
Meanwhile,
good job, Necro, there on not jump slashing the bomb shoe, which I have done more times than I'd like to admit.
And so far, no lights in Shadow. Now, of course, we know that Necro is at this point wasting their time in Ganon's Castle, unless they find anything in Light Trial.
Which could be light arrows.
Yeah, it could be light arrows, but if there's nothing in there, this is a big old waste. Because the only other thing here was magic, and we've already got it. So I'm definitely not in a position to call in terms of anyone winning. I'd say Zeph definitely has the highest chance.
Yeah, Zeph is very much in the lead, but it very much depends on where those light arrows are going to turn up. So we've got Light Trial here. Get to see what it is. I think there must be a small key in here. There's lens.
Oh, the lens. Oh, no. No, is the seed going to dump us like that? Surely not. Oh my goodness, if they happen to be in the fucking chess minigame, I will lose my mind.
Another slingshot.
Yeah, 2 more to go. 1 more to go. Let's see what's in the last number 8 here. This is what Shadow mentioned earlier. It was Spirit Trial 8, but let's see.
The awkward one that needs a key, because you don't always get a key in Light Trial like you'd like it to be. It's a
And
bit
nothing. Okay.
Okay, so Ganon's Castle, not the answer for us. I'm not going to help Necro out.
But if it's on treasure chest minigame,
Yeah, could be
then
that.
then Zeph is in trouble.
Yeah, that's a good point from Roadcopter there. Where the hell is the gold scale?
I'm fire. I'm saying fire temple.
I suppose, yeah, it's probably got to be fire. We've seen all of water, right? We've seen everything in there.
Yeah, GSK did essentially all of water, so I think there's nothing left in there. Hamster is now also doing a bit more of water, but I think they did goofed, so I don't think we're going to see anything else there. I will be right back to nip to loop.
Alrighty. Alright, time to close the betting, I think, for the light arrows. I'll give you 30 more seconds or so. You've not got your betting already. Still not turned up here in Shadow Temple, so not looking particularly convenient for Zeph, but we'll have to see. Still a couple more checks they could be in. Time for the boat ride. Oh boy. Necro's going to get double magic here, along with the very, very useful ice arrows. Suppose we might see Zeph use the ice arrows. Potentially. I don't think he will, but he could do. This is a long old boat. Logical AD is possible. I mean, we've got no idea what storms might be locking.
Right.
If it does lock light arrows, then it's not just logical AD, it's definite AD, so...
I assume we've not seen anything.
Nope. It's just been waiting for the boat ride there in Shadow Temple. Zeph going to finish off the rest of these checks here, and maybe get lucky with light arrows. GSK getting their riches from the top of Spirit, and that's going to be all we can do here, I think.
Yeah, no mirror shield, of course.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's heading up here for. He's realised now, I think, that he can't go any further.
Yeah. Not looking good for Lights and Shadow. Zeph with one more check, and then Bongo, and then that's it, so... And Necro is now finished with Ganon's Castle, so Necro needs to try and search their brain for that Dodongo's Cavern Way of the Hero hint, which will eventually lead them to Hover Boots. Otherwise, they are in a bit of trouble. But this looks like...
Not playing the right song there. Sort of playing the right song. They're going to go finish Spirit, which is fair enough, I guess.
They've already done Spirit.
Have they? Oh.
Yeah. I don't know where they're going.
No, picking up Dins. That's right.
I thought they already grabbed Dins.
No, Necroplanted have been quite late, so...
Well, they can at least do the first couple of checks in Shadow, but are not going to be able to progress, as we know. GSK looks like they're heading to Ice, which we know is not really going to pay out.
Yeah, opponents didn't give us anything useful, and so no items there of any importance, so not the play, unfortunately.
Okay, so this is the dip here for Necro. Zeph really is banking on Lights being on Bongo. Otherwise, they need to haul ass back to GTG. I guess the benefit here is that Zeph essentially has nothing left. So GTG is the only real play they can make.
Well, Zeph's going to go get the hint, of course, from Ganon, so he'll be able to find out exactly where light arrows are hidden.
Yeah,
and
but even then.
The only worry will be if Zeph can actually go to wherever it's hidden, because if it turns out to be bottom of the well or something like that, Zeph has not found the hammer, so won't actually be able to access that. It's going to have to go on a little bit of a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, the main area he's got left in terms of items is GGG at this point. He's not really got many other places to look at. Let's go, hamster. Remember your way, the heroes. They are important.
Yeah.
As the moral of the seed.
Lab dive here. There we go. So that's 3 of 4 hovers on the restream.
Yep. Necro, of course, has everything he needs to do it. He just doesn't have the knowledge or the logic to get it done. Alright, off to Ganon for Zeph now.
Yeah, let's find out what treat we have in terms of logic to get that light arrow.
What's the worst possible hint we could see from Ganondorf?
Honestly, I think I would... I don't know. What would you rather do? Go and finish fire, then go to the well, or just have to go and do deep fire?
I don't know. Deep fire is pretty nasty.
Actually, no. Market is the worst thing you can get.
Oh, lens game, yeah.
I think for Zeph, the worst thing you can get here is market.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. I mean, Well's still going to be pretty bad because he doesn't have hammer yet. Can't do AD until he finishes GTG. But yeah, we'll have to see, I guess.
If it is market, Zeph has 50 tries at the 1 in 32, which you would say he should be able to do with those.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that would be his play, to be honest. Like, at this point, if you don't know where lens is, like, maybe you just go for the 1 in 32 play.
Yeah. The only person that has the lens is Necro. That is in Light Trial of Ganon's Castle. So, this is Serenade from Necro.
Ooh.
There's the boomerang for Hamster.
Hamster's going to get a quite late Jabu play here, but at least he'll get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, not quite as late as GSK's going to do it, but still.
Necro is on their way to Lab Dive. So are going to get their hovers. Will be on Zeph's tail. Of course, Zeph has to do... Sort of regardless of where the lights are, Zeph is going to have to do GTG again. So,
most likely, yeah. And
Necro needs to do Shadow before Zeph finishes the rest of GTG in order to catch up.
I don't see that happening, to be honest.
It is a lot of time. But if Zeph then also gets the Gold Gauntlets, heads into Ganon's Castle, does Light Trial, maybe Necro can catch up. I don't think Hamster can at this stage. I don't think GSK they can. They're just too far behind.
Yeah.
No fault of their own.
Yeah, GSK's made a heroic attempt to catch up here, but obviously lost too much time earlier and still doesn't have that boomerang, which is...
Right. Fire Temple! It's Fire Temple!
Oh, it's Deep Fire. Oh boy. Gola loves some Deep Fire.
Nice. I bet Deep Fire for my bet, so... Zeph is not happy with that. Oh dear. Okay, so this is Serenade, which is, of course, essentially the fastest way back to GTG.
Yeah.
Unless they are going to do Water Temple, which I hope they aren't.
I mean, it'd be a bit silly. Oh, hold on.
Oh, they are.
Hold on. No, I don't think he's going water. I think he's just doing this to walk faster across the lake.
No way, because you just walk you'd backwalk on the bridge. They're doing Water Temple. Oh boy. Okay, so wow. Can Necro catch up? Because this is not fast. If you're full clearing all of Water Temple,
And Zev's got pretty much all of Water Temple to do. Like, he got the boss key super early and did nothing of the rest of it.
Yeah. And they have to go back and do the rest of GTG to get the hammer. So has Necro just overtaken Zev?
He could have the advantage here. Definitely could have. The tracker on his side is a little bit wrong. He has done Spirit already. This is his last dungeon. Apart from obviously Fire Temple having to go back to get those light arrows, but yeah. The Necro already has a hammer in hand, so yeah, he could be in with a shot here. Could be.
Wow, I did not expect Zev to go into water here.
Yeah, this is a really weird play from him. I mean, I know he's only got like maybe 4 or 5 checks left in GTG. Actually, probably more like 6, I guess. But still, that still feels better than having to do Water Temple. Water Temple's just so slow. And there's only 4 items here, maximum.
By the way, we also might be sleeping on Hamster here. I think Hamster's not actually that far behind Necro, and they have the hammer.
Yeah, well, Hamster's a Jabby behind at this point.
Jabby, have they?
Yeah, that's the thing. Jabby's obviously not a particularly quick dungeon. It's quicker than some, but yeah, it's definitely not enough for Hamster to be ahead of Necro at this point.
No, yeah, I saw 5 medallions on their person. I think they've already marked off Shadow, so I was just a bit ahead of myself there.
A little bit preemptive Hamster there, to be fair.
Fooled by Hamster's confidence in his ability to beat Shadow Temple.
Yeah. Why would Zev pick water? I really don't know what is going through his head at this point.
Maybe just a desire to not go back to GTG. Water is technically the fastest place they can go to.
I mean, it's the fastest place they can arrive in, but it's certainly not the fastest place they can clear.
Yeah. I mean, it's a gamble. At the end of the day, it's got to be somewhere. He has 5 or 6 checks left. Water has 4 checks left in terms of what they had left to do.
Yeah, 4 items.
Yeah, and it's not, there is nowhere else. It's here or it's... Oh, there we go. So Zeph is leaving because I think they found all the items they could possibly find, or they've just been like, you know what, there's only one thing left in here.
Yeah, so, I wasn't counting how many items they picked up, but at least 2 there, possibly 3.
Yeah. Okay, so this is really good for Zeph. I'm going to hesitate to say Necro can now catch up. I think as long as Zeph goes straight to GT from here, I think he still wins.
Yeah, I mean, it's still got to count for execution, I suppose. If Zeph fluffs anything at this point, it's obviously going to bleed time away, and that could give Necro the edge.
Yeah, so yeah, if he chooses to do horseback like that, then that could be all the difference it needs, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Although the difference is Necro still has to climb Ganon's castle to find the hint. But yeah, they can leave for Roar's win there.
Yeah, the climb's not too bad. It's like a couple of minutes. Well, to say 5 minutes to do that.
Yeah.
From Temple of Time, it's not too much trouble. Yeah, it needs to do that, and then obviously we'll need to go do Fire Temple, but Zev needs to do that as well, so I'm not going to gain or lose anything there, most likely. Going to be interesting to see how deep into Deep Fire we actually need to go for this. Maybe the sea would be nice and just put light arrows on Volvagia.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
But it could easily just put them on Hammer Chest and force us to do the entire damn thing, so... It's going to be daytime when Zeph's in Gridlow Fortress here. So he might be tempted to go do horseback archery first.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure what I'd do here. I'm not sure if I would do horseback archery. Doesn't look like they're going to, though. They're getting off Epona, so...
Yeah, that's probably GCG first, then.
Yeah. So yeah, looks like Zeph is still going to take it on the restream. I can't remember where the hammer was exactly. I think it's in the maze, if I remember.
Yeah, it was the second chest on the left-hand side, I want to say. Maybe third chest, I can't remember.
And Mirror Shield was in the silver block room?
Yeah, the like for him.
Yeah, so Zeph still has a good amount of the outside in terms of the outer perimeter of GTG, so we'll see how long it takes.
Yeah, Zeph's gonna need to definitely collect a few more keys here. There's a green reapee.
Everyone's favorite meme. Unless you hate memes. And there is our first place finisher. Right, sub 3. 2:56.41. GG.
That's an impressive time to finish on. Very nice indeed.
Metagame that light arrow location as you will. Yeah, GG's right. I think it's a decent time if you consider sort of the extra areas that these guys have done and sort of some of the weird routes that they've potentially not benefited from. I don't think 256 is a bad time.
Zeph is pretty much coming up on 100%ing the seed at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Once he's done all of GTG, he's going to have to do most of Fire Temple. That's, essentially World Tour. Obviously, Lights Cavern wasn't actually required, and we've not done Bottom of the World. It's the only one we've managed to skip. But yeah, it's been a pretty heavy seed, this one.
Yeah. Right, so here is that hammer for Zeph.
Right.
So now we can comfortably say that Zeph is ahead of Necro, of course.
Yeah, being first into Fire Temple is obviously going to be the defining point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if he spent a bit longer in Water Temple, then maybe. But Necro's got at least another 5 minutes or so of shadow here today.
Yeah,
got this stupid boat ride.
Slog.
Yeah.
Fast boat ride when?
They should make it so that you can get a fast boat ride, but it only works if you get Bellstrat.
Well, if Zeph can actually kill this Keese, then we might be okay, but having a bit of trouble.
Oh, I hate it when this room goes wrong. You don't get the spins quite right, that just enemies end up going everywhere and it ends up being a real nuisance to clean up.
GSK now in GTG, so it's going to find the Mirror Shield and essentially everything they might need. Of course, they still don't have the Boomerang, unfortunately. So...
Yeah, I mean, GSK might do a handstand and just go do Groda Valley after GTG and hopefully see it then. So at least that'll give him what he needs to finish the seed, but of course still got a lot of dungeon slogging to do before he can actually get there. So yes, all eyes on Zeph now to see where these light arrows are going to be.
Yeah, how deep we going? How many Gorons we saving?
Small key to start off.
I think the chances of these two being keys are pretty high, honestly. He being in the first one, so wouldn't surprise me if it's like middle of fire. I wonder if Zeph is going to do Volvagia first, or whether they're going to choose to go any deeper.
Yeah, I think I'd be tempted to just get Volvagia done. Especially with 22 bomb shoes, you can do Volvagia really quickly.
Well, doesn't look like that's what Zeph's doing. Zeph is choosing the lava room here. And that is 3 hours, so yeah, only one sub 3 this seed.
Welcome to Season 4, I guess. We'll have to wait and see whether the all seeds can sub 3 hour meme holds true in this tournament.
There they are.
Well, Zeph made the right choice then, going for Lava Room first.
Yeah. Not too deep in fire, thankfully.
Alright, did anyone win the bet? Let's have a look.
Unfortunately, I specifically put deep fire, so...
Yeah, that's not deep fire.
No,
We're
that is
not
very
counting
much
that.
not deep fire.
Let's see. Somewhere near Steve? I don't think that can be counted as near Steve in any way, shape, or form, I'm afraid. We had a bet for high score on. Shadow Temple. Spinning pot in Shadow? I think Cola's got a bit of the wrong end of the stick there. I mean, yes, there are spinning pots in Shadow, but they don't contain items. The only other Fire Temple guess we've got is Hammer Chest, which is also wrong, so I win! Yeah, nah.
Oh, you know what? These mirror shields have been really nice. Oh, that is a lovely orange on GSK's side there. And there's a quick kill from Zeph. No issues
Very
with that.
quick kill, yeah.
Necro back in Ganon's castle, but we'll have to find the bad news that light arrows are in Fire Temple. Meanwhile, Hamster just about finished with Shadow. It's Jabu.
Yeah, Hamster, I suppose, I mean, it's in glow mode now, so at least doesn't have to worry too much at this point.
Yeah.
Got the hammer, so he's not going to have trouble getting those light arrows when the time comes, but yeah, just got a bit too much dungeon left today to really get a good time on this.
Yeah.
But at least not an excellent time.
Unfortunately for GSK, they dipped GTG as soon as they found the mirror, so didn't find the hammer.
Yeah.
Welcome to the winner, Riley. Welcome all those from Riley's stream. GG on first place, sub 3.
Very much GG's. That was a very good time. We've also had our second place finisher, Nephistos, got 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Oh, Neff finished second. Nice. GG. So it looks like we might have a third place on the restream.
We might do. We'll have to see. And Necro getting a hint here for Lighthouse. Yeah, we never saw where Gold Scale was, but at this point...
It has to be fire, sure.
Yeah, probably somewhere deeper in Fire Temple.
Or in the somehow in the well, or something like that.
It could be well.
Nasty. All
Which I
dungeons
suppose...
for a gold scale.
I think we could definitely count well as deeper in fire, since obviously we have to clear Fire Temple to actually get to well.
You're so deep in the well. Maybe that's how Steve is closest.
Maybe.
You go all the way through fire until you're in the well. And there is the last hit from Zeph. One more slash to the head, and that is GG. Looks like third place, unless there is going to be any last-minute snipe. Get your GGs in.
Here it comes. Trolled by Ganon.
And there it is.
Jeez, Zeph. Third place finish. 3 hours, 4 minutes, 50 seconds.
First on restream. Very well played. Was definitely not a certainty. Necro and GSK were on their tail for quite a lot of the seed.
Yeah, Zeph made some good plays this seed, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit of a hiccup with GTG, but didn't cost them too much in the end.
Yeah. Overall, solid race, solid position. Can't argue with that. And we'll see if we can get them in for an interview.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple of minutes, I think, while Zeph sorts out a drink or whatever else he needs.
No worries. In the meantime, Necro not too far away from finding their light arrows. Will be second on the restream, unless something nasty happens. And then it's between Hamster and GSK. And you've got to favour Hamster, of course, with just the amount that GSK was behind.
Yeah, I mean, with GSK's horrendous VC crash, this is incredible time he's managed to get back up here. He's really not that far behind Hamster at all, really. I mean, the boomerang is the only thing. But yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, it really hangs on whether GSK goes back for the rest of DCG and Gerudo Valley and that sort of thing.
Yeah, even then, they've got to do the rest of Shadow and stuff, so it's just a long slog. You gotta feel bad for them.
Yeah, Hamster coming in here for the Composer's Grave chest, and it looks like it might be handing in Spooky Mask.
Surely not. Surely not.
At this stage, I can't imagine any reason why you really want to bother with Bodyhood, but apparently he's going for it. The reasons best known to himself.
And there is 4th place. What the hell's happened in 4th place? 3077. Top 5 still available. Necro could still come in 5th place.
And Zeph's here with us now.
That sounds like Zeph. GG. Very good race.
Thanks. That was... The lighter road trolled me again. Everything fire in the season 4, that's insane.
We were a little worried when we saw Fire Temple. I was like, oh crap, how deep is it going to be? But actually turned out to be not too bad in the end, I guess. Although, yeah, you kind of almost missed out on Hammer was a bit of a worry.
Yeah, we were a little concerned that you were just going to go deep water and waste all of your lead in Water Temple, but thankfully you bailed after that fairly quickly.
Yeah, I really don't know why I really wanted to check water. The first check of water, because GTG was, and at this point, way more interesting in terms of check density, because I bailed out when I got the Mirror Shield.
Yeah, you still had quite a lot of GTG to do at that point, didn't you? Like, probably a good 10 checks or so, way more than what Water Temple's likely to give. But,
just so you know, Gold Gauntlets were also in GTG in the maze. So there was a lot that opened up after you full cleared GTG, but you managed to kind of avoid the bait, honestly, by leaving early. Even though it cost you a bit of time going back, you actually avoided going things like Light Trial. And stuff like that by not finishing it off.
Where was Trench 3? So
center chest, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ice Arrow chest.
Zephyr is coming in with a fuck Gerudo Valley comment, which I think is fair enough. If you got that boomerang early, it wasn't too bad, but if you missed it, holy crap.
Yeah. I was about to go adult when I found the boomerang. I routed the bean in the lake, and I wanted just to do the Gerudo Valley check, and the boomerang was there. So yeah, it made my child section a little bit longer, but it was for good reasons.
So you handed in letter pretty much just before you found the boomerang. So you had to essentially double dip the area. But that got you the Kokiri sword anyway, I guess, so not the end of the world.
Yeah, because of the Deku way of the hero hint.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm wondering if the gold scale is in the Water Temple. That's why I quit water, because I don't know. I felt something was not going as planned.
Well, chat's reckoning is that Gold Scale was probably in bottom of the well. We don't have anything to confirm that, but I mean, in terms of density of locations, that's probably the most likely place, I guess. But yeah.
The big GG to Casey Necro, finishing in 8th place, 3 hours, 10 minutes, 28 seconds. Second on the restream.
We'll see if we can get another salty Frenchman to join us in the interview in a little bit.
Hamster left the room without Ruto.
No.
Dearie me.
Did
Wow.
Necro got the hammer before getting the Ganondorf hint?
Necro did,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Necro did all the GCG up to full cleared the place earlier on, so he had the hammer, he had the strength 3. I think he
Yeah,
did
so-
light trial as well.
He was probably not that frustrated when he found the Fire Temple hint.
Well, you can
Yeah.
ask him yourself. Here's Necro.
GG
Hey.
Necro.
What's
GG,
up,
so-
guys? Thanks.
So, yeah,
Thank you so much.
Zeph wants to know. Yeah, Zeph wants to know if you were annoyed at getting that Fire Temple hint on Ganondorf.
Well, it could be an old dungeon, so it was not bad to get light arrows in Fire Temple. So yeah, I prefer that.
Prefer that to doing bottom of the well.
Yeah.
Yeah, real bottom of the well.
Almost every Season 4 seeds we played so far had something in Fire Temple. That's insane. That's
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Deep Fire always finds a way, or Shallow Fire, I suppose, in this instance, but still.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been as I said to you a few times, it wouldn't have been the worst all dungeons if it was fire because of that boss key location. So at least it was a gentle fire, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't hideous because it
But
really could have been.
It could be at Volvagia, and I gambled it.
Yeah.
I was very lucky with it. And did you like my gamble on Shadow Temple?
You're what? Sorry.
Oh, you
Yeah.
didn't do the maze?
Yeah, no, I didn't did the maze. And I was very lucky with that, Zeph, because it could be Shadow, but I wanted to gamble that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
but-
it's reasonable.
There wasn't
Yeah.
anything in Shadow so far, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Shadow is just completely empty, basically,
Yeah.
Nothing
And-
useful there at all.
And logically getting to Shadow we're still not in logic. We still don't know where that goddamn gold scale is. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where was the?
we don't know. We don't know.
You
Nobody,
Really?
We've not seen it.
Ice
got the
Cavern?
gold scale.
no?
Nope, it's not
No.
ice.
What?
We saw,
Not in
we saw,
water.
we saw all of ice, all of water, all of GTG.
Yeah.
All-
All we didn't see was deep fire and bottom of the well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Nice
Are you
logic.
fucking kidding? Oh my god! So it's logic. Oh, it's an old dungeon for just golden scale.
It could be. Yeah, it could
It's
be.
looking
Oh my-
likely, yeah.
Oh, so logically the Shadow should have been a Go mode dungeon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it would have been.
like always, Zeph.
yeah.
Yeah. But of course, light arrows could have still been there because there was no logic behind that. But
Yeah.
it was a logical mess. One thing I want to ask is the thing that caught us the most was avoiding diving in the lab for as long as you all did, because we obviously we knew that Dodongo's Cavern, where the hero was the scale,
Yeah,
and it seemed like you both avoided the lab dive for quite a while.
because I'm stupid. I said that there was one item in my chat in diving lag, but I completely forget it. So yeah, that was my bad. I could be in third or fourth place, but yeah, that's my fault. I completely forget that, and I knew that the fucking overboot was in here. So yeah, that was my fault.
I did something similar, yeah.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah, I got a mirror shield in GTG without checking the live dive because I got Epona in Ice Cavern, so I wanted to check every check behind Epona first,
Yeah, makes sense.
and that was my big mistake because I knew there was a scale, but I was still wondering of the wallet hint, found the wallet in
Yeah.
King Dodongo, so
Yeah.
I was maybe it's for the Zora tunic. I don't know, but I realized we found one. I don't know where exactly. Maybe in DC2.
It was
Sword
quite early.
Tunic was Lost Woods, we found that in.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
quite early, and of course
Oh, yeah.
we knew that there was a wallet on skulls,
Yeah.
so it couldn't have been for the Goron.
Yeah, I got that thing pretty late because I didn't do the maze, the Goron maze. So,
Right.
Right, yeah.
But I'm kind of happy with my skull routing again. So
Yeah, the
Yeah.
skulls was was really good between like most of you. I say Hamster struggled a little bit with skulls. GS Gate was actually on top of Skulls. Unfortunately, GS Gate had a VC crash, which pushed them back.
Oh,
It literally put them back 45 minutes. They had to redo all of Forest, all of Dodongo's Cavern. They had 38 skulls, and they went back down to 15.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate for
Wow.
GSK.
Yeah.
I mean, GSK would be finished by now. Most definitely, if it had not been for that sea crash.
Okay.
that's really unlucky.
Yeah.
But it was real. Like the skull routing, I think, 44 minutes. You had like over about 25 skulls. It was really well done. I'd say what maybe gave Necro a bit more time over you, Zeph, is that Zeph, you seem to force yours a bit more, like get those extra overworld skulls and sort of force it a bit harder, whereas Necro, you choose to get your last chunk from just dungeon progression, which seemed a bit more, it did save you a bit of time.
Yeah, that was more efficient in Necro's case. Because when I see skulls in a hint skulls that has progression, I'm always rushing every
and I knew you're pretty great with that, Zeph.
but it can be not an advantage because I'm delaying such dungeons. I got launch shocked before doing forest, so that could be a better way to optimize my skull routing. So doing forest while getting the last skulls.
Yeah, me too. I did like in one hour every check in Overworld, and I found nothing except Boomerang. Boomerang was very great too.
You had the Boomerang so early in comparison to everyone else. You had it so early.
Yeah,
that was a good spot.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'd say what would have put you in a really strong lead was finding the letter, but you seem to leave Spirit for a long time.
Yeah.
Whereas I'd say, like, I think everyone else had the letter before you did, but you had the Boomerang before everyone else, so it was like a really weird trade-off. And then eventually, Seth, you had both of them first.
Yeah, it makes sense, but I thought that the first hook shot could be in 40 skull. That's why I wanted to get my 40 skull as quickly as I get.
Yeah,
so I was thinking the same. Probably the first hook shot, logically speaking, was in those skull tulas.
Yeah, we were all thinking that for sure. We all that was the first logical one, but then lo and behold, after 33 or 34 skulls, you find the first one in Deku.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I delayed so many times Spirit, and didn't get Ruto's letter, but I don't know if it cost me so much time because I get 40 skull like in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty good, and I don't know if I could be in Spirit like in 40 minutes or 30.
Yeah, and we knew the Dinsfire was in the Colossus, so we didn't want to rush. I think lots of players didn't want to rush the Spirit because they knew there was the Dinsfire there.
Yeah.
Maybe grabbing some magic beams first, and then going to Spirit to do the planting the bean and clearing a child spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still really good times, and as you say, really.
Because we
really
sub
efficient.
4. Amazing, guys. we sub 4
seeds that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
it exists. Wow.
That's what S4 means. It's sub 4. That's all it is.
And Riley even sub 3.
Yeah. That's a pretty good time. I don't know how we routed that, but that's a very strong time.
Yeah.
I'll venture to guess he routed it pretty damn well to manage that pretty,
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there are some places you don't need to go to Ice Hall. You technically don't need to go to Ganon's Castle whatsoever.
Yeah, because the magic was in GTG too.
Yeah, if you went GTG first, you found a magic, you found the hammer, you found the mirror shield. So as long as you do all of GTG in a row and don't have to double dip it, you avoid ice, you avoid Ganon's, then you can shave a good amount of time off.
I think the The only fact of not doing Ice Cavern could explain the lead he has, but I don't know if he went to Ice Cavern.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know
not,
if
I'm not
he
sure.
is in chat. So if
They
you're
were
chat,
they were in
yeah.
chat earlier. I'm not still
Oh.
around, but yeah, it was avoiding ice was quite difficult though because of the song, you know, because like the
Yeah,
chances
it
of
could
it
be-
being
it could be
nocturne was quite
Nocturne, yeah.
high.
Oh yeah, it could be Nocturne. I didn't know that it could be Nocturne, but I wanted to find Mirror Shield in GTG, and when I get Mirror Shield, I was so happy because it could be Nocturne at Nocturne. So yeah, and it was that, and I skipped Ice Cavern because I knew that it was Epona on Ice Cavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, GTG
on
was a
my-
huge play for you at the time.
Yeah,
So-
GTG was so loaded. Wow,
yeah, it was,
Yeah,
it had four
mega
again, had
loaded.
4 items in it, so it was
Yeah.
crazy.
amazing.
On my point of view, I found DTG quite hard to route because the song in the Ice Cavern was so tempting to me. So yeah,
Yeah.
the boomerang Pamplemousse was in Gerudo Valley Crate box too.
Din sounds like he's having a right party. I'm not sure what's going on.
It's bonfire night stuff, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll just close up the windows, so hopefully it'll mute it a little bit. But yeah, it is bonfire night weekend here in Blighty, so we have to put up with fireworks and other such bullshit. But there you go.
Meanwhile, Hamster is about to get his hint that the light arrows are in fire. Thankfully, they already have the hammer. What they don't have, or what they do have as well, is somehow they managed to route in the bunny hood.
Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful.
I'm amazed that the Hamster has the bunny hood, but hey, they have it, so
Oh my god.
that's a thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I have no idea why Hamster reached it in, and given that he ended up accidentally losing Ruto and Jabba, it definitely didn't save him any time overall.
No.
Yeah, I have a question for Necro.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see the IRC during the race with all the forfeits at almost 1 hour of seeds?
Yeah, I sold it for fate, but
I was kinda scared when I saw all those forfeit.
yeah, yeah, I saw that too.
Well, what do they know that you don't, sort of thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sora for fate too. Oh, I didn't see that.
I mean, I guess thankfully you sort of knew a lot of the worst information quite quickly.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
the 40 skulls hit was right off the bat, so
Yeah.
you knew what you're getting into.
It's just, I guess after an hour, you're still finding skulls. You're still not finding a hook shot or anything like that. You know?
Yeah,
Like-
and we don't clean any dungeon, so I was very mad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 1 hour without any new medallions or stones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was so scared. I feel
That's
so behind
crazy.
everyone.
Yeah. I felt almost the same because that's kind of uncommon to have no progressions at all after 1 hour.
Yeah,
So,
that's very strange because in season 3, you get like 2 or 3 medallion or maybe 4. Like in season 4, you had like in 1 hour 1 medallion or 2, and just that. So
Yeah, you have-
it's very, very different and very scared.
You have at
Yeah.
least Deku 3 in the season 3 that is inaccessible.
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
So,
it's that closed decky that really
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of throws
That
off the
can be
balance,
reversal.
doesn't it?
I guess whilst we're waiting for everyone else to sort of finish up, like what as this is the first S4 weekly, EU weekly, what are your thoughts on the settings so far? You know, are you looking forward to more of the races? You know, do the settings work for you guys? Are you not finding some of them decent, or what's your overall thoughts?
Zeph, maybe.
Sorry, I didn't listen. Can you repeat,
I-
please?
I was just saying, what are your thoughts on season 4 settings as a whole?
Oh, I kinda like the closed Deku and the random spawn point and age that makes the early plays way more interesting in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the more the seeds goes on, I think we have the feeling to be a little bit lost because the fact we didn't have any Baron right now, and we have the feeling of almost full clearing every seed, but that's a new approach, and I like that.
Yeah, the Baron hints obviously gone. You do end up probably clearing a lot more than you would normally, especially in the seeders like this one, where you just have to like completely scour for that one item or whatever to get through it. So yeah, it can be a bit of a pain, but then again, I think hints were way too strong in S3, so I'm glad to see them nerfed a bit.
I think the I completely forgot what to say. Oh, I was thinking about something and it completely went out of my mind. sorry. I'll find what I wanted to say.
That's fine.
Maybe
Don't
later.
worry. Don't worry.
Well, finishes are rolling in now. Kirok's 16th, and then Gorodine's 20 seconds later in 16th. Hamster almost finished, but chose to do Volvagia before the lava room, so unfortunately gonna have to go back through and find the light arrows.
Yeah, a little bit of a time loss there.
It was a key on Volvagia?
I didn't actually see what was on Volvagia. I guess a key would make sense.
Because if it wasn't a key, he could have saved warped. He could have saved a little bit of time.
Yeah, I think it might have been a key, honestly.
Yeah.
It was a heart piece.
Oh, no, it was a heart piece. Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, with the setting, I'm agree with Gref. I think the setting is very, very good. Like it's another approach, but I think at least we could add one Baron or two Baron. It could be better because you don't know anything about the seed, so you don't know like is Forest Baron or GTG or Bottom of the Well. So I think it's very difficult now to finish the seed like in behind 3 hours, like in season 3 when you had 3 Baron. You can skip this like GTG or Bottom of the Well. So maybe I don't know if the admins are agree with that, but maybe they could consider that 1 or 2 Baron could be more efficient, more I don't know, but I think maybe they will speak about that.
Yeah, well, I think conversation is happening about the fact that there is a little bit of there's a little bit of realization that it's maybe there's a discussion to be had about putting
nice.
I think the last seeds we played recently, the 3 or 4 last seeds, especially Marco played, which I was there in too.
Yesterday?
Not yesterday, but 2 days before, and the whole week. We played some seeds with those settings, and I think we got the worst case scenarios of it's like you have everything opened really early, and you don't know where to go because you don't have enough information to understand the seed's logic.
Yeah,
that's one of the points we can have at least one Baron, I think, but I don't know if we got really unlucky on those seed series, I call that because it was really frustrating, and that's why I think we there was a discussion. I think at the end of the weekly NA on the Marco's stream, which Atezer was. So yeah, I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, yesterday's seed an absolute disaster. Like I don't think Barons or anything helps out yesterday's seed. It was a hot mess.
Felix Ritz was so strong because he did an ID sub 3 with just Samsung on AD. Wow. I mean, it's a big gamble. It's a very big gamble because they have everything open like GTG, Spirit, or other check, and he did Jabustone and Firestone. Wow.
Yeah.
That's very, very strong. So yeah. Yesterday, many of players did like 313 or forward. It makes sense because the seed was horrible.
Yeah,
I think
horrendous.
the most horrible seed.
I think that Necro and I were happy to have dodged this one.
Yeah. Completely, yeah.
Also, welcome to everyone that joined us from Scrub Central. Thank you for the raid.
Thanks.
But yeah, Hamster just about finishing now on Ganon. Now that they have their light arrows, GSK still quite far behind, unfortunately, just due to not knowing where that boomerang is and the massive VC crash that put them miles behind.
Yeah, the VC crash was the big thing.
He will find the hammer, so maybe he will gamble the AD. Oh.
I hope he's going to go Gerudo Valley straight after this. Because
go to fire and find the boss key early, maybe he will dip to bottom of the well.
Maybe.
But he doesn't know. Oh, he doesn't know the location of light arrows.
No.
Oh.
He needs another medallion to have the access to the Ganon need.
Yeah, certainly Strabby.
Yeah. I forget that. Oh. I hope he doesn't go to a dungeon, but yeah, unfortunately, maybe go to AD because there is so much check behind Song of Storm.
I think that it's his best play.
Yeah. For him, yeah.
You never think of the Gerudo Valley play.
Yeah.
Especially at 3 hours and a half.
Yeah.
At least they, because they haven't had their alerts off, we know that despite them suffering, they've had like at least 3 gift subs and $17 in donations. So hey, maybe it's not the end of the world having a VC crash.
Silver lining, yeah. He could buy himself a better Wii, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, Hamza just about finishing now. We'll see if we can get them to join us.
GG Hamza.
GG's.
Looks like 21st place might be the spot. Necro, you were. It looked like you were 5th, and then there was just like 4 or 5 snipes all in a row.
Yeah, but like, it's my fault. I could be like 304 or 305, but I didn't think about the diving lab, and yeah, it was my fault. But I'm pretty happy with my position. I'm 8th. It's my second seed season 4, so yeah, it's a pretty good place.
Nice. There is Hamster's finish. GSK has just found the boomerang. And the disappointment in their face was very measurable.
It's never a good thing if you see the item, your go mode item in a Sphere 0 spot.
Yeah.
It's not what you want to happen at all.
And they missed it. I didn't know what strat that was, but they clearly didn't work, unfortunately.
You can recoil with the hover boots by switching them off at the right time and recoil directly onto the crate.
Oh yeah.
But it's probably easier just to cross the bridge and go from the silver border platform.
He had the carpenter tent, so he could have just reset the area so to respawn the box. I think this is what he's going to do.
Oh yeah, and then just long shot across. That's the probably easier way of dealing with it. Hamster's said he doesn't want to interview, by the way, so
fair enough.
Be joining us.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
GG's anyway.
GG's Hamster.
Guess. What do you think, Din? Might be worth maybe raiding GSK, wrapping up the restream and giving him a raid. What do you think?
I think he deserves a raid after everything he's been through. So
they've still got a good chunk of time to go. So.
Yeah, we'll give him a bit of a cheer from close quarters, and if anyone else feels like helping him out with some funds towards his replacement Wii, then please go ahead and do so. Let me just find his channel name real quick.
Yeah, as we say, it's unfortunate. They had a massive VC crash. 45.
Yeah.
I think 45 minutes they lost.
Yeah, it's amazing for him to have just kept going through all of this because I think we were kind of expecting him to forfeit, to be honest, when that happened.
Straight up because we didn't know how far it was behind.
Forfeit. Whoa.
Yeah, because GSK actually had the most gold skulls at that time. They were doing really good on skull routing. And yeah, just unfortunate because they had done Forest before anyone else on the restream. They were doing really well. They would have definitely been between the pair of you in some capacity.
No.
But just unfortunate. But it is what it is. I think it was a good seed today overall.
It was good.
Yeah, it's a good fun, very good fun. I enjoyed watching what transpired here, and I'm sure many more of the seeds I roll for this are going to be equally terrible. And, screw everyone else over.
Thankfully, we got to show off a lot of the new stuff. We got to show off the Kukiri sword, we got to show off the spawns and all that jazz, and the Ganner's castle being open. So it was a nice demonstration of season 4 settings.
Yeah,
we know what horrors await us now.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, as Dean's put there, thanks to the runners, Necro and Zeph. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Chip and Dean. Thank you, guys.
Hamster and GSK, of course, for their running as well. Thank you for the trackers, B. Luigi, Prince Sidon, Purple, and Roguecopter. Of course, my fellow commentator, Din, today. I think we had an amazing time. So,
yeah, we did. It's been good. And yeah, we'll go ahead and raid GSK now. Before we go, there's one more thing I want to say, which is that we have got the reveal stream for OCS, the Ocarina of Time Championship Series. It's going to be starting in about 15 minutes on Real Happy Soft's channel, so if you're at all interested in that tournament, and I certainly am, do check that out in a little bit. But in the meantime, give GSK the cheering knees to hopefully finish this off. And yeah, we'll hopefully see you all again fairly soon. GG's, and thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
See ya, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.